Hello everyone and welcome to Valpo Esports. Today we have a special event going on. We have actually not just one, but two other universities here in our facility in person, joining us for some Smash and Overwatch games for basically the entire day. So we've got a fun and exciting day all throughout. We've had multiple occasions where we've had one university in person and it was a great time. So we decided, you know what? Why not two? What could go wrong? And we're starting out here with some Smash to start off the day, and then later in the afternoon we'll be getting into some Overwatch. But first, we got some Smash coming in. We have AAG on Sonic for Valpo against Albion, the Min Men on Albion's side. So the two universities we have on campus today is Albion and St. Xavier. St. Xavier University. So we have a lot of people in our room right now, and a lot of excitement going on. So we're looking for some good games. That should be a stock already.
Wow. Fair enough.
Yep.
Good first stock from Valpo right there.
Yep. So I was talking before the stream about I was trying to remember which way this matchup goes. I believe I remember now. Sonic being so fast and can close the gap on Min Min so quickly, and has edge guarding options like forward air, like spring, that are really good at interrupting a tether recovery. Min Min having one of the weaker tether recoveries of those types of recoveries makes her quite exploitable to stuff like that. Which is, of course, like part of the character design, right? Like Min Min has extreme range. It's not like she's helpless in this matchup. You know, things like this megawatt arm, the meatball as it's nicknamed, still doing quite a lot of damage whenever they do get a hit, but not quite able to find the hit. This is one of the few matchups where Sonic is actually able to play a bit scrappier.
I mean, that I think just comes to your advantage, at least being able to play scrappier, because the opponent won't know really what you're doing. But Valpo currently in the lead, not leading percent, but still getting a 2-stock lead here is a very good place for Valpo. Again, it only needs to take one more stock before Albion is on their second player.
Yeah, and this next stock could come at, well, I was going to say this stock could come at any time. I didn't specify whose.
I mean, that is true. A little bit of lag here from the, what's it called? Capture card.
Yeah, it's on the stream end, because of course they're actually playing in person today. We don't have to play online. I know the Smash team is excited about that. Overwatch, it doesn't change too much. Mostly just speeds up communication is the most it does. It's still nice to have the people in the room. But Smash, oh, we don't have to play with that netcode, we're happy.
Seems like the Min Min's being able to call out the Sonic a lot right now, putting him in a rough spot.
Yeah, the Min Min's able to keep their distance here with that extra long range on the arms. Especially that Ram, that boomerang one. It's called the Ram. When it comes out, it then swings up and back, so it can help cover the aerial approaches that Min Min in general is weak to. So that's helping quite a lot in trying to block this Sonic out. And there goes Sonic's second stock. That lead that he built up so early on is coming in. He's cashing it in, which is a little sad to see that the lead's shrinking, but it's good that he built the lead to begin with.
Yeah, having that lead just is useful because you have that room to mess up a bit more and adapt to your player, the other player adapting to you.
Exactly, right, yeah. You get an early lead, you have more wiggle room, which is good.
Of course, the players want to hold on to as big of a lead as they can get, as early as they can get. But at least having that, they do have that ability to. However, this is going to be a roughly even percent from both teams, both sides right now. Now it's just going to be probably just trying to find that kill.
Yeah, and sadly, Min Min does actually have more kill power.
Yep, that is one of the things Sonic is weak with. You can attack a lot and for little damage, but attacking a lot.
He expected the back air, but he tried to intercept it mid-fall instead of...
This is a close first round for Valpo and Albion right here.
He doesn't have a jump.
Unfortunate there.
Very unfortunate because that 150% fail is now effectively healed. So Albion actually be coming out with the stock lead, which was a little unexpected from the beginning of that match, but you know that's part of the game.
Yeah.
So you adapt to your player, you adapt to your opponent, right? So the Min did quite well at adjusting to the aggression on Sonic. Was able to wall him out a lot better once he kind of got used to the speed. Sonic, you know, he's Sonic. He's the fastest character in the game for a reason. So getting used to that speed, having to play at that rate, can be a little interesting to adjust to. But he did his job. He adjusted to it, and he got the stocks for it.
Yep. I do want to call something out though. As you probably noticed, that we have a different camera on the actual gameplay screen right now. We have a in-room stream camera.
Yeah, I forgot to call that out because normally we don't have this, but because we have the two different colleges on campus, we decided, you know what, it's time. So we have a live player cam in the bottom of the screen there. You can see.
There's also a live Be Right Back cam too, which you might see later on.
Yeah.
That will show the lab. We have a bunch of people coming in and out from like, at least like staff-wise and some students. I believe a lot of people from Valpo are allowed to come in and just have a good watch.
Yeah, we were encouraged to come in, and I believe I heard one of the universities. I don't remember which one. But one of the universities was advertising this as like a new student event that like other like non-esport players could come join. So we're having a lot of hustle and bustle down here, a lot of moving parts. But going back into the game here, the Min will be losing 2 stocks here. So that's why you're gonna see them run off real quick. And the pick for stage is Smashville. It's a pretty good pick, I think. It means the Roy has to cover less stage to get to the Min effectively. It does come with the downside that the Min arms percentage-wise cover more of the stage, but there's less stage that the Min has to retreat.
Yeah, because Roy is going to need to be one of those characters that has to get in person, like up close to Min, and that's one of the things that Min is very good at, is keeping you away.
Yeah, but Min a lot of times will keep you away by throwing out those long-range hitboxes while retreating. So they'll retreat, throw it out. If it hits, then they can gain that ground back again, and they'll do that ebb and flow. But with this small stage, they have less of that retreating game to play. So it's easier to close the gap. And we can see this Roy able to do that, able to rack up a lot of this. Ooh, didn't quite get the back air. That almost was a kill with that side B1 jab.
But keeping Eason in percentages, unfortunately right now though, you have to acknowledge that Albion is up a stock right now, currently in the format.
Yikes, that's a stock.
Unfortunate. Normally like to go for not losing a stock against the one stock, but it sometimes happens. Unfortunate mistakes, everything. We already seeing some shatters in chat. Goldshroom's mom apparently showing up in chat.
Oh yeah, they tuned into I think at least most of the streams. At least most of them. The familiar faces. Of course, the Valpo classic of losing the stock and then at 0 taking it. That is the Valpo classic.
It's been a classic since I've been here. I think that's 4 years.
It's been a classic since before we were here.
Of course.
Trust me, I've talked to the original teams. That was a thing always.
However, I gotta keep it up to Valpo for keeping it really even.
Oh yeah, I mean, stuff like the Roy Min matchup. Like Roy does do pretty well. Roy is very fast and close the gap, but he needs to close the gap. He's not a traditional sortie that can use that. Traditional sorties would only have to close about half of that space. Roy has to close all of it. It's just he's faster at doing it.
Yeah.
So once he's in, but it's real hard for him to get to the Min. And Spencer is doing a quite good job of avoiding those arms that cover so much more range, especially that Ram that covers the aerial approaches, which Roy loves to do. So stuff like that.
If you aren't aware, Roy has a sweet spot on the inner part of his sword
Yeah.
not typically on the tip or not at all, like how other of the sorties are.
Most other sorties either have no sweet spots like Lucina, or the most common example is Marth, right? You hit with the tip of the sword, you do way more damage than you hit the base. Roy is effectively inverse Marth, where the strong hitbox Marth tippers are on Roy's base. So he does a lot more damage, and now we're gonna see a scrap fest. These are two characters that want to be in each other's face as we come into the Luigi and Roy matchup.
We are seeing some Albion fans in the chat though too.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we've got Valpo fans in the chat. We've got Spencer fans in the chat. Makes sense that they have some fans of their own.
Of course. Especially since they might not be able to run stream on their own. So, unfortunately, going to see this Luigi taking a fair amount of percentage already. But Goldstrom is going to be at this disadvantage because he really wants to try and get a stock.
Yeah, Spencer Goldstrom here for Valpo is technically a stock behind. So having to play with that deficit against Luigi, being a stock behind on Luigi is so painful. So gonna have to see how he plays with this. He's playing pretty careful. He's at least not getting like 0 to deaths. Did you win the Mario Party minigame? You did.
I mean, that's the best part, is just trying to avoid those 0 to death. Luigi has specific percentages, I believe, that do have 0 to death, which are unfortunate.
I mean, 0 to deaths are generally from 0.
Yes.
Yeah. He does, in fact, have a true 0 death combo, which we might be seeing here.
Unfortunately, he misses it. Goldstrom going in for the punish, not able to kill, unfortunately. Unfortunately, Goldstrom did lose a stock here for Valpo. Going to be down. Just gotta try and look for this one stock too, especially as we see them even up on percentage right here.
Yeah, that's the down part. That's the downside and the worst parts of characters that have those zero deaths is that even if they whiff it, you still just took 90%. Like, you're still one interaction away from dying anyway.
Look, but Valpo gets the stock here. Going to be going in. Unfortunately, going to lose that right there.
Hang on, wait a minute. That's our thing. He lost the stock and then took the stock at 0. That's our thing. You can't take that from us. What even? No, that's just a very common thing to happen to but that's our thing. What the heck?
Especially since Smash Bros. Is like, you make one mistake and then you're going to be caught off guard.
Exactly, especially with characters like... honestly, both of those characters can just blow you out of the water if you make one mistake. Luigi, known for that, right? Like, you make one mistake, you get grabbed, you might just die. Roy can do similar things. If you make one mistake, you could just die.
I mean, that is a lot of how Smash Bros. Is that you're trying to avoid those avoiding those mistakes.
You're trying to minimize those mistakes while also trying to look out for your making mistakes, trying to bait them into making mistakes, stuff like that. So the competitive aspect of this game is pretty in-depth, but also sometimes quite unforgiving at times.
Which is why, like, there's a lot of why neutral isn't something, or neutral is something you're gonna see a lot.
Neutral is...
And camp.
Neutral is some of the most common gameplay, like the gameplay phases that you're gonna be in. Neutral is pretty common, and it's also one of the most in-depth and complex zones, like time that you could be in. So it's really funky. It's really interesting, but I mean, honestly, as the meta has evolved, actually, strangely enough, the bigger the punish games get, the more neutral you're seeing.
Yeah.
Just simply because the amount of time that you're in advantage versus disadvantage have shrunk.
Yes.
Because you're generally killing your opponent faster.
Every single character in this game has become extremely optimized since it's been a while since the last balancing patch between characters.
Yeah. Which is expected, right? Like, you have... this game has been out for... What even is it? It's...
8
just,
years now.
Yeah, I think it just
8
hit
years.
its 8-year anniversary. When you have this dedicated of a player base, this large of a player base for a game like this that has been around for 8 years, characters are gonna get optimized. They're gonna get fleshed out. And so you're gonna see things like this. Like basically every character in the game has a 0 to 60.
So we are gonna see Valpo's Kirby come here.
Now, is he dead? We must play the game.
No, able to at least avoid part of that 0 to death.
Kirby is a pretty difficult character to 0 to death with Luigi. He's short.
Yes,
And
short.
that unironically does change the Luigi combos. They have different routes based on character weight, size, floatiness.
Kirby
It's
also
really fun.
Kirby also has a lot of ways to get out of the combos a lot easier just because of the multi-jump.
Yeah, being small helps with that too. Of just it's harder to hit him.
Unfortunately, going to get picked up by that hitbox right there.
There's a reason. There's a reason it's Cyclone. Luigi Cyclone being an incredible disadvantage tool. It has invincibility on the hands startup, so it can just chomp through a lot of hitboxes. That dash attack being able to take that stock. Is he dead? Not quite. Barely whiffed. Barely.
Barely. This guy be trying to do this, but unfortunately Kirby just keeps getting punched. Late.
Getting that up smash, only the sour hit though. Only the sour hit though.
Yep, that's the one thing. But going back to neutral here, unfortunately Kirby is in a fairly big disadvantage state right here. Having a 3 gap difference between Albion and Valpo right here is not gonna be great.
Ooh, almost died. Not bad. He's dead. DI
Yeah.
mix up because you either DI for the down throw combo or you DI for the back throw. It's a little bit of mix up there.
You gotta try and predict what your opponent's gonna do.
And react to the enemy.
Gets out of the combo though. Just gotta go for one more stock, especially just doing this. I don't know who all we have in person for Valpo specifically, and I don't know who all is on Albion's side.
Well, like character picks?
Yeah, character picks.
Yeah, I don't know. We saw some of them warming up earlier, but honestly, with 2 colleges in here, it makes it really difficult to keep track of who's warming up for which college. So normally we don't have that problem. We only have 1, but
I believe we saw Albion actually doing some specific thing.
yeah.
But going to be going for a little bit of percentage lead, but is currently in kill percent from Luigi. So
Oh, yeah.
not gonna be.
You see, that's the neat part. You spawn at kill percent against Luigi.
Oh,
That's
of
the
course,
best
yes.
part. You don't have to worry about when you're in kill percent against Luigi, because you're simply always in kill percent, as we see with that very fittingly and aptly named kill. Cyclone. It's a very fitting name for Luigi. I do agree with the chat.
I mean, there is a bunch of chatting, and there's a lot of people in chat,
Yeah.
which is not normal, but
That-
it's nice to have some interaction.
I mean, that's always the best part of hosting, or arguably one of the best parts of hosting these universities in person, is that you generally have people from their university and their chat come into ours, so we get to interact with our audience and theirs. We have some more interaction and more activity in both ways, so it makes it really entertaining for the players being in the room with their opponents, and it makes it more entertaining for us in the room too. What is the current set score? Can't listen right now.
Currently, we are seeing Albion at 7 stocks remaining, and Valpo on their last player, which is 3 stocks remaining.
Yes, and it is round 1. But before we head into this next game on Valpo's last player, we are going to go to a quick break real quick. So we will see you shortly for the continuation of this game. Hello,
and we...
everyone. Welcome back. Sorry about that, but we are back with the Smash game against Albion. Sorry, had a lot going on, but see Luigi having a stock lead against Valparaiso. Gonna see what they can do with this Little Mac coming in.
Little Mac is a fairly common anchor for us, I think.
Yeah, we do tend to anchor him quite well. He's really got into the whole.
You know what? Fair enough.
Yep. Hi people. Hello, hello. Yeah, we have a lot of activity going on today.
A lot of activity and a lot of confusion happening right here.
Yeah, there sure is a lot of people going on, but there's a lot of activity moving around and multiple different universities sitting in our lab here.
Unfortunately, Little Mac is in a very rough spot right here. Losing 2 stocks already. I feel like Little Max is fairly not great against Luigi.
I mean, Little Mac's not great against a lot of characters, let's be fair.
Okay, fair enough. But like...
But correct. Little Mac doesn't even just want to be. He needs to be in your face. And Luigi generally just kind of has really good buttons for when you're in his face.
Yeah.
So...
Fair enough!
Tanked the fireball to the chin just to delete his.
I mean, that is kind of what KO Punch does most of the time.
Indeed, yeah. Oh, I heard a ding.
Yep, there's a follow alert. Thank you for the
Yo.
follow.
Thank you. Very much appreciated. So here we're in a fun situation. Little Mac of all characters, definitely not known for getting cheesed and gimped at low percent. Never. Now is in the situation where he's gonna have to 3-stock the next 2 players if he wants to give Valpo the 1-round lead in this set. That's gonna be a pretty tall order.
Going to be seeing a Bowser, which I believe is...
So, he's gonna be fishing for Bowser's side every
Yep,
stock.
I was going to call that.
Every stock besides his last, because Bowser does technically die first in Bowser's side, so he can't do it his last stock. But the first 2 stocks, he is fishing for that Bowser side, or at least I would be if I was the Bowser.
Especially having that other player behind you specifically.
Oh, it's not even that you have another player beside you, it's that they only have 1 stock. It doesn't matter how many stocks you lose if they're out.
I mean, yeah.
He could be the last player, but he only needs to Bowser's side once and he wins.
Fair.
But I would be expecting some Bowser side fishing. So Little Mac's gonna have to be real careful about that. Bowser is also, strangely enough, I like to mentally categorize him as a swordy.
That's such a weird thing. That only you would do it.
It's because his range is so deceptive. That forward air especially is heinous in its range. That I've got hit by that Bowser forward air. I swear I've gotten hit by it from behind him more than I've gotten hit by Bowser back air.
But only the person who's known for random gimpy things is going to be the person who refers to it as that.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Pit is also generally not really a swordy, so Bowser's range actually competes with his, so I kind of have to categorize him as that.
Unfortunately, just taking a lot of amount of damage right here. This is one thing that it really struggles, especially being on your last stock, is you don't have that time to get to learn your opponent.
Yeah, especially against Bowser, he's so good at racking up percent with that flame breath, and when you're on your last stock, that percent's permanent.
That is a stock from Valpo taking right here. But going to be just...
Basically anything kills now. You basically have to 0 to death twice. Yeah, that...
Unfortunate.
No, unfortunate but expected result in that situation. He did better than we realistically could ask him to. He took a stock, which is great.
Yeah.
So now we'll be going to round 2 in this match. Albion is, of course, going up 1. So Valpo now on the back foot here. Valpo is now going to have to win the next 2 rounds if they want to take this back. Reverse 2-0.
Not impossible. We
Oh,
have seen
certainly
it.
not. We've certainly done it before. It is not impossible. We're not out of the running yet. It is now officially an Uppo batter.
At least we now know roughly who we're seeing from both teams. Even though we are from Valpo, it's not like we know exactly who we have available for every Smash Bros.
I mean, you
game.
never know. George could just walk in here and steal me.
Yeah, that is true.
That is technically an
That
option.
is a possibility. You are on the roster. Much to your dismay.
I don't know to whose dismay it is, but somebody's definitely dismayed.
It's
about
probably
me being
you.
on- Yeah.
It's probably you.
This is some more, some Albion. Heck yeah.
Understandable. Since I'm not expecting Albion to be running, Albion or St. Xavier to be running most streams right here.
Probably. Maybe not. I mean, if anyone wants to cast, they definitely can. But I
mean,
believe I heard
I'm not
earlier.
saying
that
casting. I'm just referring
Oh,
to
you-
stream specifically.
if their college is streaming.
Yeah, I doubt it. At least
I
for
don't think so.
Smash Bros, for sure not
So.
happening.
Yeah, well, Overwatch could definitely happen because you can have them join the lobby. It's a lot
Yeah.
harder for Smash and that. It can be difficult. It's not impossible.
Yeah.
So they're probably not. I mean, of course, I could always be wrong. It could be streaming. I could just be spewing lies right now, which wouldn't be out of the order.
Bruh.
Yep. So as we go into this next round here, I want to talk a little bit more about this event that we have going on. So I referenced earlier, we have St. Xavier and Albion here in person in our lab right now. So we're gonna have after this, I believe after this it's St. Xavier versus Valpo on Smash. I might have the order wrong here, but basically we're gonna have Smash Bros in the morning. So we're gonna have this, and then at one of those times, I believe it's St. Xavier versus Valpo, and then Albion versus St. Xavier. And then after that, I believe we're gonna have a small short break, and then we're gonna go into Overwatch games.
It's definitely not gonna be a short break. You're probably looking at more like an hour break
is it?
right
Okay.
here.
Yeah, I guess players have to eat.
Yeah,
But,
like because all of the Overwatch players from especially the other universities are coming in early with their Smash Bros.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna have food.
Yeah, so basically, we're gonna have the Smash games going on, of course, right now. We're gonna have those going on until basically they're finished. Then we're gonna have a break for food and such, and then we'll transition into Overwatch,
Yes.
where we'll basically be doing the same thing as Smash, like each combination of teams playing, and we'll be going through, but with Overwatch games, and those will go on. This will probably go on for most of the day.
Yeah.
It's going to be going on pretty late when you have 3 different rounds of both Smash and Overwatch. So we're going to have a packed and eventful day, lots of streaming going on. So hopefully we'll have, hopefully you guys have your day blocked out, got your popcorn ready, because we'll be here for you.
Okay, so my guess is, so I know the schedule did change a bit just due to, I believe, some traffic from St. Xavier's part.
I mean, stuff happens, right? Like, you're traveling.
My guess is it's St. Xavier versus Valpo next, just because we kind of switched it around.
Yeah.
Albion decided to go first against Valpo. So I
That's my
decided to
guess,
get that match out of the way. So just swapping those two on the schedule. But that's my guess, at least.
Yeah,
I wasn't told anything, though.
Yeah, that's my guess, but at the very least, even if we have the order wrong, it'll be Smash Bros. Happening from now until each combination has played.
Yep.
Then we'll have the break for food, roughly like an hour, I believe the schedule says. And then after that, we'll transition into Overwatch games, following the same kind of order. So we will have a packed and busy day here in the Esports Lab with a lot of people, a lot of college, a lot of excitement going around.
A lot of streaming.
Yeah, a lot of streaming.
Like I said, there's a lot of people going to be popping into the lab like crazy, too. I know at least basically the director above our graduate assistant was stopping by, showing off the stream room and stuff right before stream. So like, a bunch of people going around. I think some colleges were offering this as like a day for new players to come in person too.
Yeah.
Like,
So we have a lot of people down here, a lot more than we're used to. But hey, it's a good time. It's fun. And what else is fun? Transitioning into the Smash game. Heck yeah, we're so good at this streaming thing.
So this is an interesting matchup.
Yeah, this is a matchup you don't see super often in competitive scenes. But Sonic versus Bowser. Sonic has the edge in the matchup.
Yeah.
Right? Like Sonic is one of the best characters in the entire game against a big body like this who's going to be able to combo. But of course, just like any time you're playing against a heavy, you make 3 mistakes and you're dead. So, gonna be interesting to see how we play around it, how we try to utilize the Sonic speed, like that.
As much as also how the Bowser decides to move around it as well.
Yeah, of course. When you're playing a slower, bigger character like this against the fastest character in the game, oh man, it's gonna be hard to land a hit. But when you do, you're gonna have to make it count. So that's what we're gonna really be looking for.
However, that hit is sure going to count, taking the stop for Albion right here. Valpo up 1, but very close in percentage. So Bowser is going to be fishing for a kill.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Bowser able to kill at such low percent. Sonic not exactly being the heaviest. He might eat those chili dogs, but he burns off those calories real quick. So, as we see him, only having an 8% extra credit, that's effectively none.
Yeah.
In this game.
Smash Bros is very interesting to see because for some characters, 8% can be a lot. And for others, 8% is nothing.
Hey, with Sheik, that could be a whole combo.
Yeah, it sure could. However, we are going to see Sonic dealing a fair amount of damage here, getting 13% taken back. I still am never sure about like the kill percentages for every single character.
It scales, right? Like, it depends on which character you're playing against and as. You can get into nuances of, like, taking into consideration your rage and stuff being high percent. But roughly kill percent is generally around 100. But once you get near triple digits is where you expect that you could start dying.
Yeah.
Sometimes, basically all that changes is whether you consider it to be earlier than normal or later than normal. Kill power for characters.
However, Sonic is going to be looking for the kill with that description.
Yeah, this is kill range for Sonic, especially against
like
Bowser. Like, when you're saying Sonic is the fastest character in the game, Bowser's also the heaviest. So Sonic, a character that surprisingly actually can struggle to kill. Most of his kills stem from discards and such. We're going to be seeing that Bowser hit pretty high percents before he dies. Much higher than you're used to. That's kind of what I was talking about, like factoring in like it's going to be a later than normal kill range.
Yep, for sure. Valpo going to be hitting 100% here, so pretty much most things from Bowser will kill. Not all. I don't think Fire Breath is going to kill, but most are.
I've seen it. I've seen Fire Breath kills.
I mean, I'm sure Fire Breath kills, but probably not at 111%.
But that forward smash was able to kill. I don't think it would have killed if he didn't wind that up for a minute. But that was a semi-charged forward smash, able to tank the stock against Bowser. Actually, a bit earlier than you expect on Bowser, because it was that normal kill.
Yeah.
But the Bowser was able to take a stock off the Sonic, so Valpo getting able to keep that lead from last round. Last round we saw Valpo get a early lead in the game, but then end up actually going down to a stock deficit. This time we saw that we were able to actually keep that 2-stock lead.
Yes.
So we're gonna. I'm interested to see how this momentum is gonna shift between rounds.
Yep, and at least from my knowledge, from what I've seen so far, the Luigi seems to be the strongest player.
I mean, he definitely did the most work last round.
For sure.
He took a lot of effort on Valpo's side to be able to take out. So we seem to be seeing the Min on Albion's side come back in here. This was the matchup we started the stream with.
Yes, it is.
So, and the Min did come out on top there. So, gonna see what the Sonic can do. Is technically starting one stock down for in the game, but crew battle wise is of course stock. So.
Yeah. Valpo is at the advantage here. Right here, the Sonic's main goal is to get a stock. Anything after,
any
great.
any stock that this Sonic takes here is extra credit.
Sure.
he could walk in there and take 0 stocks, and he still did his job. And he still got us an advantage because then we have counter pick advantage and stuff like that. So anything the Sonic gets here is extra credit in a group battle sense.
Yep.
But 2 stocks to work with going into 3 is a lot more likely that you'll at least get something as opposed to just being like 1 stock up. So that you got one more chance.
You got a little bit more of an advantage going into that.
So, and we did see last round that the Sonic was able to get an early lead against the Min Min. Eventually lost it, but had the early lead. So if he has the early lead here, those stocks stay if he gets that early lead. So if we see a repeat of last time, it still works out in Valpo's favor.
So going to be starting into this match, I will give a heads up to anyone new here, especially if you are Smash Bros. Players. CQ9 is more of the person who knows what's happening, so I might just ask him for stuff. I know enough to explain to your grandparents what's happening. That's my job. But anyway, going to see a roughly even percent right here. Like they said, even though you're 1 stock down from Sonic, you do have a bit of work. Able to go for safer plays since this Min Min is in technically a
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can definitely play a little safer here. Again, any extra credit you get is extra credit, and any stock you get, that's more than doing your job. So the Sonic can definitely afford to play safer here. He can play more reserved. Even though he looks to be a stock down here, he can still play like he's Sonic with a lead. Because in the format, he's a Sonic with a lead, so he can play like it.
Yep.
Which, if you guys know about Smash Bros, especially Smash Bros current meta, Sonic with a lead is one of the hardest things to play into. So we're gonna see how he's able to leverage that advantage here. I mean, already having 77% on this season, even if he loses his 2 stocks, as long as he takes this one, we're doing great.
However, we have seen a fair amount of adaptation from Min Min, like we did see when they did lose several of their stocks, changing up their strategy, changing up their plans, going into it, especially knowing what to expect more so from a Sonic.
Yeah, so we're seeing this Sonic kind of leverage the fact that he has the advantage, right? He's trying to pick and choose his openings. Because the Min Min eventually is going to have gaps in the armor, right? So he's trying to find those gaps, not trying to take too many risks before he does.
Yeah. Not going to kill there. Good DI from the Min Min. Unfortunately,
messed up his recovery. Didn't get the B reverse on the upbeat. So it got some extra credit on the side of the Sonic. There's still 1 stock left at very high percent on it, but has 1 in the back as well.
Yep,
So
but the Sonic can use this to his advantage. Be able to gray with properly.
Spring? Oh, you didn't go for the spring. You're at 150. You're in prime cheese you percent. You need to go for cheese. Spring. Come on, you're at 6%. It's prime cheese.
I think prime cheese percent is any percent for you.
Correct. See, you're learning.
I've already known this from talking to the people who played you the most.
Yeah. Which is funny because I played the character that like cheeses you the least.
Yep. But we will be having a fairly high percent on this Min Min right here. Hopefully going to look for the 2nd stock from Sonic right here.
Here we go, yeah. And we saw right there, that was the change. That was the shift. You could see the Min Min was able to wall up the Sonic, and the Sonic took 50 and got no damage. The Sonic was able to get inside that effective range, and all of a sudden the Min Min's there.
And that is 2 extra credit points for Sonic right here, taking 5 stocks total.
Yeah, he gets an A+ on his exam. He's got some extra credit.
The question is, do we get 6? It's a very tough ask, though, from Sonic, especially at 117%.
He is at 120, but, you know, it's not impossible. Min Min is able to be edge-guarded, is able to be cheese. The thing is, you have to get out of this disadvantaged spot, and that range is not going to let you with that Dragon Arm. But hey, got 2 extra credit stops.
That is a very good spot to be in if you are Valpo. Having that, especially that buffer room, especially whenever the Luigi decides to show up.
If the Luigi has a performance like he did last round, this 2 stock lead is gonna be meaningful.
Mhm. Yeah.
is what I'm seeing. So having this lead built up early is definitely going to be nice.
And the next person who comes in only needs to take one stock before Valpo is going to have the advantage no matter when kill comes in.
It might be Luigi. But
I mean, Luigi after Albion, maybe. I wouldn't be surprised if they anchor. Especially to get more people play time. Currently, we've only seen 3 players from Albion. Especially during the fans. You want to get everyone.
Yeah. I could definitely see the Luigi anchor. It kind of depends on what strategy they want.
Of course,
Of like, do they want to throw in the Luigi early, like earlier, one player before anchor? Do they want to throw him in early to try to whittle down the lead as much as he can while still having that fallback, that safety net? Or do you want to throw in your next person first, keep your anchor at the end, but that does give the opportunity for that lead to grow even bigger, to have your anchor have to do even more work. And that puts a lot more mental load, a lot more stress on them, makes each of their mistakes matter that much. So it kind of depends on what strategy you want to go with. But
We'll see the Roy come out again. I believe this is who we saw take out the minion last time.
yeah. Yes, it is, but with these 2 extra credit stocks on earned from the Sonic, we're gonna hope to see no stocks lost here on the Roy. Of course, it might happen, right? Like Min Min is still DLC.
Still DLC moment right there.
Yeah, what we say as if other characters we played like Sonic, Roy, and Luigi aren't capable of.
Of course, yeah.
But
DLC characters tend to have a lot more cheese, especially just due to how the update format came out with Smash Bros. Like that cheese right there.
Did keep his jump though. That's really important against Min Min, is to save your jump for when you need it. Because 2 frames are pretty common for Min Min.
Yep.
Getting this really good damage. Actually was ready for the roll. He wasn't confident enough to swing on it, but you saw him dash back and shield for it. He was ready for the roll. We're gonna see if he keeps that in the mental banks. My expectation is that the next time he's in that situation, Min Min's there is no next time.
Never mind.
You could see the player's face. That surprised even Spencer. And I bet you what he was surprised on was not that the counter procced. It was that the counter hit. Because that must have been on the very edge of that counter's hitbox.
It was just the slightest bit on that hitbox right there.
we see Gold Mom popping on.
Of course. You can tell he's a little bit stressed, being like, how did that hit?
I think he's a little surprised, because for stuff like that, like Marth and Roy and such, those rules that they have for their sweet spots on their swords actually still applies to their counters.
Oh, of course. It applies to everything. So
Marth, it applies to everything. So Marth has tippers on counter, Roy has the sweet spot on the counter, and because that counter was so far away that we're surprised it even hit, that must have been the weak hit.
Yup.
But the thing is, that counter was on like a quarter charged megawatt arm.
Yeah, exactly.
So it just exploded.
I mean, even if it's the weak hit, it's still going to do some increased damage.
It didn't matter.
However, we will be seeing a new player come out from Albion here. We're going to be seeing their Me Gunner here.
He didn't ask how charged the megawatt arm is. He cast Fire Sword.
You know, fair enough, fair enough.
So we are gonna see or at least I'm gonna say the other player for Albion here. Of course, there could always have more than 4, but this is the 4th player that we've seen today, and we did see them warming up a little bit. So we're gonna see if Spencer was able to see any of that happening, but didn't lose any stocks on the Roy side, which is what we were hoping for. So we'll be going into this game here with a full player lead.
Yep. The goal right here for the Roy is just to take 2 stocks.
I mean, honestly, the goal right here is to take 1. Right? Like, you take 1, you keep the lead.
Yeah.
You of course want to extend that lead as much as possible, but you take 1, you keep a lead.
But if you take 2 stocks here, you're at least going even with the amount of stocks you're losing.
Yeah.
So it keeps your team in a roughly good spot doesn't put too much pressure.
There's some good damage.
That is going to be a fair amount of damage back, but that doesn't mean that doesn't mean that it's even that much of a difference anyway. Seeing some Roy emotes in chat, I think.
Yo.
I'm not sure.
Those are shrooms.
Those are shrooms. Ah, my bad.
Yeah.
However,
They're not golden though. See, the shroom we have on screen, he's gold. He's rare variety.
Unfortunately, not going to get the right lead, I think, on exactly where that roll came.
Yeah, honestly, Gunner and like these kind of matches, like Gunner's, it can be pretty hard for Roy because they're characters that excel at keeping him away.
Yeah, and that's the one thing with Roy. Like, you'll see some other sorties like Lucina, Mark for sure, want to keep you, like, can use that distance to their advantage, but like I mentioned before, the Roy's sweet spot is in the inner tilt, which is going to be very rough.
Yeah, he's a sortie that has to play like a boxer, which can make these matchups hard. Oh, low-key, if you continued that side B, it would have worked. Tried to hard read the get-up attack. Not quite able to get that, but yeah, dash attack. Back throw. Yep. Yeah, he missed the ledge. Hey, that's a lead, right? Like that continues the lead.
Skill continues to lead. Can play a little bit safer, even though you are in a rougher position. You can still play fairly safe.
Yep. How charged did that charge? Charge shouldn't kill. That should. I'm expecting drop off ledge charge.
No.
Calls out the jump. That's a pretty hard read for a gunner to make. Does it again too. Covers that platform. That was pretty good. Like that was good placement for it, right? Like it hit.
Unfortunately, not able to get any sort of punish off leading, but going to get the grab again. At 60%, so not impossible to come back and take another stop right here. But it is going to be hard, especially since Roy has been struggling going into.
He's gonna down B charge shot. Wait, try and be the right. There it is. Spencer is ready for the charge shot though. Able to shield it. Oh, die!
But that is going to take another stop from Valpo right there.
That was a. What even was it? That was a sour spot back air. Putting into a tech situation at 68 into a forward smash killing because it was right on the ledge. That was such an early stock steal.
Yep.
Huh. Hi.
Unfortunate. Tried to hard read a roll right there and just did not get it.
Tried to steal another stock. Go for the up air. Missile.
Seeing a lot about Voltrum's actually change of how he's attempting this situation. Realized what was getting him caught out a lot and trying to avoid it.
Yeah, we see him going for a lot more grabs when the Mii Gunner is trying to address. Because you've got to mix up how you approach these matchups, right? Because their entire kit is built around calling you out and stuff like that.
Unfortunately, not going to be able to get 3 stocks there for Valpo, but maintaining this 2 stock.
Yeah, but the 2 stock lead is huge. Like that is such a good lead here. This next player only needs to take 1, so it gives a little safety net, right? Like it gives a safety net. Win even on stocks that he took just as many as he lost, which is all you can really ask for. So he maintained the lead.
Yeah.
Great. So now we're gonna see the next player on Valpo coming to a gunner, and they do still have the Luigi in the back pocket.
Yes, which I am expecting to be their anchor, especially seeing their player come out. There might be a sub that they brought. Some schools bring subs with them, some don't. It really depends.
They very much could be. Like they're not limited to 4 people rosters. They could definitely have some more. It could be not Luigi. Who knows? And by who knows, I mean we will be finding out shortly when
hopefully
when Valpo takes this next stock.
Okay.
You see what I did there.
We're gonna try and manifest that stock. Okay,
Of course,
got
of
it.
course. But here's the difference. Now I did just commentator's curse it, so now I'm gonna have to go find a plank of wood to knock.
There's one in front of you on the desk.
I mean, that depends if this is real wood or not.
I mean, let's hope it is. That's the only wood. That's the only wood in this room.
No, we need some paper. That counts, right?
I don't see paper. But V Gunner is going to have to lose 2 stocks here going into it. Since it only has the 1 to try and take down part of Kirby's stocks, the main thing the V Gunner is going to be hoping for right here is to try and take down Kirby.
Yeah, the difference here is going to be that Kirby, similar to Roy, needs to be close to his opponents. But the difference here is going to be speed, right? Kirby is so much slower than Roy in just movement speed and especially the air speed. So it's going to be a lot harder for Kirby to find the is what I'm
Yep, but Kirby is currently at the higher percent.
You know, I wonder if Kirby can crouch under the horizontal. I don't think he can.
That would be something, if anyone knew about it, would probably be you. You know too much about this game.
Yeah.
Going to see me Gunner take a lot of
That's
percent
a nice
right
back
here.
air.
Yeah, a lot of...
Wasn't able to cover the recovery route, but able to mix it up just enough because he had very limited routes he was able to take.
Yep. Just gonna be... Now Kirby is going to be looking for this skill right here.
I don't think that up smash even hits on PS2 platforms. Low key, you might need to be on small battlefield for that. That distance might be big enough of a difference.
Yeah, but we don't know entirely what maps are banned. Since they're doing it in person, they don't have to really...
Yeah, of course. Like it could.
Oh, dang!
I've actually. You know what? I didn't know that happened.
I mean, even the players are laughing about it. Like, Kirby players, like, okay, fair enough.
You know what? It's not very often at all when casting here that I see an interaction that actually surprises me. Most of the time, I at least know what happened and can see it coming. I didn't know that happened. You know what? You got me.
Apparently, Kirby's up B reflects sometimes.
No, it doesn't. That's just an interaction on the Me Gunner grenade.
Huh.
Apparently, it's that if you hit it, it becomes active for both players, I think. Either that or it always is active. Me Gunner is a very uncommon character. I think they're one of the least common characters in the game.
So did it, like, so it became active for both players, regardless.
I mean, I can always check here, but what happened was the Me Gunner did a down B as they were covering to try to cover their landing. And at that same time, the Kirby up B, and that up B hitbox interacted with the grenades. Because the grenades do in themselves have a hurt box. They can be interacted with, similar to snake grenades. So what must have happened is that when that up B hit and didn't connect with the Kirby, so then it interacted with the hurt box, launched the grenade back up, and killed the gunner for shooting it. Which is definitely an interesting interaction.
So we are going to be seeing Albion's Luigi player come out right here. Going to be in a 3-stock deficit, but we have seen him do it before. I believe he took 6 stocks last time, if not more. So, definitely expected. But we're seeing this Kirby play this a lot more differently. A lot differently. At least I feel like he is. I don't know.
I mean, hopefully, right? Because like the Luigi was able to take quite a few stocks, so hopefully he has adapted a little bit. Getting a bit more damage on the board. You just gotta try to avoid the Luigi combo starters. Unfortunately, that is about half of his kit. Or his combo starters.
So going to be evening up this percentage right here. This is a fairly even match looking at it. But remember, these stocks will continue, and Valpo still has another 3 stocks player after this Kirby.
No, the forwarder didn't connect.
Unfortunate.
But, yeah, so the biggest adjustment that I'm seeing that you were talking about is the word you're looking for is the Kirby's playing a lot safer.
Yeah.
The Kirby's playing a lot more reserved. I can definitely you can see it, right? He's taking a lot less risks. He's taking a lot less damage as quickly, and able to rack up more on his. This could be a kill, but it was a kill that he racked 100% on.
Yes. So this does put the Luigi in roughly kill percent for the Kirby.
Yeah, it's killable.
Mhm.
Side B, you gotta watch out for the misfire because there's a 1 in 10 chance that he just decides that he's coming back.
Unfortunately, going to mess up the combo right there. Still taking a fair amount of percent.
Yeah, getting a lot of extra credit percent with this stock. The Kirby's gotta be careful here. He could die. Yeah, there it is.
That's gonna take it.
DI'd wrong. The Cyclone, there are a few moves in this game, namely Cyclone or Luigi Cyclone, Rob Up Air, and such, that get nicknamed the Mario Party minigame. Because the way you DI it depends on the side of the character that you're on, and it's really easy to change that side. So just lost the minigame there. But did make the Luigi lose that stock, which is very impactful.
Yes. Hugely impactful, making that the very minimum. Valpo's anchor player will be going in for has to take 2 stocks with 2 background that they can.
Oh,
that's
big
huge.
read. He had been searching, he had been hunting, even fishing for that roll read this entire time, and he finally got it and was able to capitalize for the stock. So that is such a big stock take here. So now this means Luigi has to 3 stock.
Yes.
This is whoever we decide to throw in as our anchor.
Yes.
Which is huge. That is such a big difference. Having 1 stock versus 2 stock is unironically such a massive change.
Yes. And Valpo's Kirby being able to take all 3 of those stocks without unfortunate right there. But that is the Mario Party minigame, as you said before.
Yeah, it can be hard to survive stuff like that. You have to just know which direction you're getting and DI it just right. He was at the percent range where he couldn't just rely on holding down.
Yeah.
Generally, when you have moves like that, like the Mario Party minigame type style, if you aren't sure, the best option is to just hold down.
Yeah.
Because if you hold the wrong direction, you'll die earlier. So, the general advice is, if you aren't sure, just hold down. He was at that percent window where, because it hit so high up, that he had to DI it properly. Just holding down wasn't going to be enough. He had to DI it properly, and it looked like he was just slightly off from it. It happens. It's hard to recognize that in the moment while you're playing. 2 stocks is huge. That's basically, we have to get 1 KO punch. Like 1 KO punch lands, and we go to round 3.
And we'll actually be seeing a fairly opposite situation of what happened.
Yeah.
Because I know at some point, the little Mac who was going in next for Valpo, they had to try and restock, I believe, 2 players or so.
And like that's the difference here, right? That is the difference of the 2 stock lead. Having momentum from the very beginning, it has ripple effects, right? We've seen it over and over throughout this season on the Smash team that having this lead early on and being able to maintain it has made such a massive impact in the later games. Stock numbers. Now we're gonna see just the effectiveness of this lead. If the 2 stocks is gonna be enough, because Luigi did put in quite a bit of work last round.
Yes.
So we're gonna have to see if this 2 stock lead, if it's gonna be enough.
Yep. But hopefully we'll be seeing this little Mac play a bit safer, a bit more reserved, especially since Luigi's going to be fishing for everything he can get.
I don't know. I don't even know if the little Mac can afford to play reserve, because Luigi does have better range
there,
which is so backwards. I think he has more range, but yeah, already at 100%. But hey, he's at kill percent for that KO punch.
Unfortunately, misses the KO punch. Going to be Luigi going for a bench guard right there. Against Little Mac, that's a fair choice.
Not quite able to kill.
Oh, good DI there from Valpo.
Yep, good DI, bigger stage, heavier character. Still Little Mac.
Still Little Mac. Still Little Mac.
Still is.
Ooh, but good GI there from Albion. But this is a very large percentage place for Albion to be at. Going to have to basically 0 to death Lil Mac multiple times, which is not impossible.
Yeah, if there's a character to 0 to death Little Mac twice in a row, it's Luigi. So we do gotta be careful. There's no jump here, and he's dead.
Yep. Little Mac moment out of 10. Valpo still in a rough situation, but having those stock advantage is good.
We gave him a grab. Oh.
Valpo able to make it out of that combo right here. This is gonna be a rough
It's still
Luigi. Still in disadvantage. But that's going to take us to a round 3 right there. Valpo coming back second round. Those 2 stock advantage was enough.
So I was gonna start talking about how the Kalos pick is rough for Little Mac because you can sit on the edge of the platform and the stage doesn't extend under it, so it's really hard for Little Mac to pressure that platform. And right as I was about to start that sentence, he just let the up B rip and called him out for just standing on the platform I was about to say was a good idea to stand on.
I mean, if you're going to play I believe statistically one of the weaker characters in the game.
Little Mac is arguably he fights with Ganon for the worst character in the game.
Okay, so fair enough.
Competitively.
Basically, compete competitively for the worst character in the game. You gotta know what other characters can do to give you out, and he used that to his advantage.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, right? Like these lower tiered characters, they still see play and they can still see wins because of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because there's generally a lot of like those characters that are lower tiered on the competitive tier list, because a lot of these tier lists are aimed at the high level, where players are really good.
Yeah.
The amount of mess ups that you're allowed versus those characters matters so much more when you get to the lower echelons of play.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying lower isn't bad. I'm saying lower when compared to like the top 50. Like I mean like collegiate level, like stuff like that.
We're not talking about me playing where I'm getting 3 stock constantly for our Smash Bros. Team.
I mean at this level. Like we're still going through conferences, we're still winning and stuff. But I'm talking like not top 50.
I'd say like the average person. Maybe.
The average, a little. I'd even say we're a little higher than the average competitor. Because I mean we're at a pretty good level.
Yeah, I mean it is a good level. I'm just saying like average wise, roughly.
But anyway, at this level, the tier lists get shifted a little bit because of the amount of mistakes that we will be making compared to like the top echelon.
Yeah.
So these characters that are generally considered to be really bad can still get a lot of wins because the people who play them know that it only takes a couple mistakes to eke out a win. Right? Like the Little Mac knew that it took one mistake from the Luigi for that kill.
Yep.
Stuff like that. And also just generally the characters that are ranked lower down are the ones that can kill you in 5 hits and they just struggle to get the 5 hits. So if you know your opponent's scared, you can use it against them.
Yep, especially since the Luigi had to play a bit cautiously, I believe.
Oh, of course. I mean, the Luigi had to try to 3-stop.
Yeah. So,
and to his credit, he almost did.
Yes. I mean, like I said, I believe the Luigi is one of the best players, if not.
He's definitely been the one performing the having the strongest impact on me. Is what I'll give it.
Yeah.
Generally saying like who's better and such generally isn't the best description, because a lot of times it can come down to like sometimes it comes down to the day they're having. It comes down to the characters they're playing. Stuff like that.
Okay.
But the Luigi has been having a large impact. But it looks like we're actually going to see... This is the Luigi player.
Yes.
But we're going to see a swap up.
We're going to see a Wii Fit pick. Interesting choice. Maybe going to try and surprise, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, like, you're going for the surprise factor. Luigi did a ton of work, but wasn't able to get it. And this should be a stop.
Yep, unfortunately, not having the jump there.
Yeah, Little Mac, he ain't supposed to be out there. That ain't his place. His jump is so critical. His side B doesn't refresh on getting hit, so getting edge guarded is so dangerous.
So trying to play this a little bit cautious, especially being down a stock. Ooh, unfortunate. Going to get that spike.
Not a favorable trade, I will say.
Oh.
Wii Fit, I understand why he brought out the Wii Fit, right? Like, with Wii Fit is so good at she tends to be known for sitting on the ledge, right? She's really good at keeping you at bay, at holding down space like this. So making the Little Mac approach the Wii Fit towards the edge of the stage where the Little Mac doesn't want to be is such a dangerous prospect.
Yep, and this is the thing that, because both players didn't know what the other person was choosing, they had to announce it at the same time.
Yeah. Indeed, there is the double blind.
Yes. So this was not entirely known, but the Lil Mac is going to be at a rough percent. Valpo already being down to the stocks, going to put that. That is going to take it, and that is unfortunately a.
Let's work on your balance.
Yeah, that will be a 3-stock coming out for Albion to start this round 3. A strong opening showing this character swap right in. That's the benefit of being able to mix it up like that.
Yeah, and especially having that blind go into.
Yeah, the Little Mac lead, when we hadn't led him yet, into the Luigi player playing a different character lead that they hadn't led yet was a pretty strong call out there.
Yeah.
I mean, that goes into the strategy, right? You try to read what your opponents are doing inside the game.
Yeah. However, it also can backfire too. It just, in this case, it was a strong advantage that Valparaiso.
I mean, just like taking any risk, just like taking any read in the game, taking the read outside the game can always have the possibility of backfiring.
Exactly.
You can always have the possibility that your read is wrong and you get punished for it. But, just like in the game, sometimes making those reads can pay off big time. And a 3-stock lead to start off right out of the gate, that's a pretty good read.
Yes, very good read there. Valpo is going to have to struggle going up against the reverse situation that they had last round and trying to gain back that momentum. So, as you can see, the Wii Fit trainer will not be losing its stock, but we will be sending in the Kirby.
Yeah, but the Kirby should hopefully be able to box a little bit more. This should probably be a kill. Yep.
Guy gimp out that kill some way or another. But Valpo going to be taking very little percent right there. Easy early kill, so that's a good spot for Kirby to be in.
Indeed. I mean, this matchup is so much better than Little Mac Wii Fit. Like, just matchup wise. Yeah. It's gonna favor so much more.
I believe this is one of the players who also got experience against one of the top 3 Wii Fit trainers in the world.
I think he was one of the ones that played at least some. Oh wow.
That's another gimp stock, but fair
once
enough.
Again, this matchup is a lot better than Little Mac Wii Fit.
Yep.
Who could have guessed?
However, the Wii Fit trainer has done more than enough of what they need to.
Oh yeah, they've already done their job. So even if we reverse 3-stock them here, they've already done their job. It's not like the Wii Fit has done poorly by any means.
Still giving them an advantage, still giving them a strong advantage, but still gonna be going for this extra credit.
Nom.
Ooh, going to be using that, sending it back as a star right there.
Oh.
That is a spike of all time.
Well, you know what? It makes sense. It is Wii Fit. It makes sense that they would dribble Kirby like a ball.
I mean, fair enough.
That does kind of make sense.
However, the Wii Fit has been playing a little bit more reserved with going all especially due to the fact that the Kirby gimped
Yeah,
him,
the
like,
Kirby
twice.
can punish them for sitting on the ledge way more than... Going for the forward throw, interesting. Yeah. Forward throw once again. Yeah, you see this, you see the Wii Fit no longer going for ledge shenanigans.
Yeah.
They are no longer going for like drop off ledge projectiles, stuff like that. Because if they miss one of those projectiles, Kirby can just spike and kill them, and who cares?
Yep.
Nice nair is the get off me tool. Interesting that you didn't go for the rock there. Stocks down though. This Wii Fit has gotten some extra credit here. 30%, real quick on the sun salutation.
Yep, a lot of advantage, but this is the Luigi player, as with.
Indeed. And obviously this is not just a random one-off, random pick. This is clearly a character he's practiced.
Yeah, probably a secondary or so.
For sure. Yes. Kirby playing a lot more careful, a lot more cautious. Really?
Ooh,
Sour spot trade.
unfortunate
Now let's
there.
try it
I
together.
would not expect that to trade there. But Albion now getting an even bigger lead than before.
Yep.
Is a little worrying here for Valpo wanting to win this round 3. Still not impossible, but is quite the deficit.
Yes, quite the deficit to make up for. However, one of the players with the best performance apparently has been chosen to lead, and likely to help try to get the momentum Valpo started.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of those are the two biggest. Those are the two most common strategies in battles. Is you either anchor with the player that's been having the biggest impact, or you lead. And they have the inverse reasoning behind them. Of the person who's been having the most impact anchoring means that they're going to be the strongest, the strongest to hold down the fort. But if you lead them, they're going to be the strongest hitters to try to get the lead, even if they go down. That way, you have the lead for the players that haven't had as big of an issue. You have that big lead that they can use up to make the difference. So it's the two strategies there, and obviously they decided to go with this one, and it is paying off.
Yes, paying off massively right here for Albion. Not unrecoverable, not even close yet, but it is going to be interesting to see how this works. With it, though, having to lose. Valpo is going to want to try to avoid losing a few stocks.
Stretch those shoulders.
Yeah, absolutely. The stocks for Valpo are going to be so important. Really. Each one just means so much. Nice damage. That's always the nice part about soccer ball. It has a bit of the Gordo effect. Of like sometimes if you hit it just right, you can hit them, hit the soccer ball with that move, and hit the soccer ball into them with the hit and do way more damage than you should have.
Yep, there is a funny clip that Valpo has gotten with the Gordo. yeah, I know it's you. However, we are seeing massive damage taken on Weavit right here. Not going to hit the spring, unfortunately. Going to be in a rough position, though. Getting close that kill. Unfortunately, not able to punish right there. Knew the read was coming, but just not able to punish.
Salute. Yep. Ooh, good soccer ball.
Yeah, just good use of it. We've hit at kill percent though, just gotta try and finish it. See if it might be the Valpo special, but no, not going to.
Oh, that soccer ball, Reba. That's the thing.
Unfortunately, the soccer ball has been very useful against Sonic.
The
right
soccer
here.
ball is one of Wii Fit's best tricks.
Oh.
Basically because of those kind of interactions. The soccer ball hitting your shield doesn't deactivate it.
Yeah.
So what a lot of times will happen is you'll shield the soccer ball, you'll try to run in to punish it, but because it just hit your shield, it'll rebound backwards and it'll still hit you. Because it doesn't deactivate. It's still active and still has a hit. So basically, any time that the soccer ball is on screen, you just have to expect it to be active. which is different from a lot of other projectiles. A lot of times, once the projectile hits your shield, you can generally just assume that it's deactive and you don't have to worry about it anymore. Not how that works.
So, Sonic is going to go into this next game with with having lost 1 stock total.
So was able to finally clear out the Wii Fit, but did come at the cost of one of his stocks as well. Had to trade 1-for-1 there, which 1-for-1 trades, if you look at the numbers,
not gonna be too good right
we don't quite got the stocks for that.
No, unfortunately.
So, these 1-for-1 trades will be advantageous to Albion. We're gonna have to start making some different investment decisions for these stocks.
Yes. Not entirely sure who Albion might be throwing in, deciding specifically. I believe this might be the Bowser. Our production crew is agreeing with me right here, so it is going to be the Bowser for Albion.
I'm realizing I don't think we have the stream play. I have to be careful about what advice I give.
I mean, they told specifically that they're not like what is it? We don't have string play.
Yeah.
But the player is currently in the room, so
yeah.
It depends.
You gotta be careful, everyone out there. For all the multitudes of people we have out there, because 2 colleges in here is crazy.
It's
work.
a little nerve-wracking right here.
I think it's neat. I think it's fun. I've always enjoyed these LAN events.
It's neat, but I'm trying to obviously not give either team an advantage.
Oh yeah, it's pretty difficult to do, right? Like there's a lot of people going on. You gotta be careful what you say on the stream.
There's also a lot of commentating. A lot of that is explaining what potentially options the players can do, what you might see, stuff like that. Bowser taking a fair amount of percentage right here. Going to be.
Yeah, this is still pretty even.
I mean, yes, I know it's a balance.
Yeah, in damage wise.
But I'm still at least commentating that a fair amount of damage has been.
You're commentating while casting? Weird. No, but the Sonic is doing a great job of racking up the percent against this Bowser, but Bowser has racked up the percent back, right? Like the Bowser doesn't need as many hits as the Sonic does. The percent is now even, which means the Sonic is now behind, especially with stuff like the stock trades. Like stock trades don't work out in the favor. The nice part is Sonic can't get Bowser sided because I believe Sonic with double jump spring does recover Bowser side. I cannot guarantee that he'd live if he catches him with his double jump, but since most Bowser side Bs don't happen in the air like that, it's reasonable to expect the Sonic to go.
Yeah. Unsure how much the other players know
not
that,
a great
but
trade.
that's not a great trade.
Trading with Bowser in basically any way is generally a bad trade.
Not advisable. Unfortunate large amount of damages. Going to choose to take out their stock first.
I mean, the 1-for-1 trades are beneficial.
Yeah.
Must have, so what you can do in those situations is, a lot of people just think they're dead. I believe you're able to buffer the jump. Because what happens is, it's specially coded like this, to have this property. Is that when the Bowser, your Bowser's here, right? The Bowser's above the person that he's slamming. But it's coded that as they come down to the bottom blast zone, the Bowser dies first. It's coded that way. Yeah. So that means there's a small window of time where you are released from the Bowser's control, but you're still, right at the blast zone. So you can buffer your double jump, then get your double jump out so you don't hit the blast zone. Most characters are still dead in this situation because you're licking the blast zone. It's right there. But most characters are still dead, but there are some that aren't, and I believe Sonic is one. He might not be. It might even depend on the stage choice of whether Sonic lives that or not. But must have just not been ready for it, must not have been buffering it. Maybe he did buffer it and you just buffered it too soon. But I think you still have to time it relatively close to get in the buffer window. So a lot of different things could change.
Albion's decision to leave with the Wii Fit is strongly paying off.
Yeah, that read that they made is strongly paying off for them, and that goes into the strategy, right? Like they took a risk, and it is heavily paying off for them. They took a good a good calculated risk there.
Yep, good calculated risk. So going to be seeing the gold troop play against Bowser as the going to be dealing a fair bit of damage, but Bowser able to repeat and get out. Just gotta be trying to get these 2 stocks without losing one of your you don't have much room to work with.
Yeah, you have very, very little wiggle room. You've got 2 more players that you need to fight after this Bowser.
Yep, Bowser going to be close to over 100 right here. Just gotta play it certainly. That is the Bowser side right there.
Yeah, and as you can see, he was able to buffer his double jump, but most characters are still dead.
Yep, most characters are dead. Might as well try though.
Oh yeah, no, it's 1000% a good play for the Bowser, and you can't blame Speds for trying to live. But the nice part is he can't Bowser side another stop because the Bowser does die first.
The question does become whether the Bowser knows that. Most likely do.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like I saw, like you could see him run over to the edge, like he was fishing for it, and then kind of realize that he can't fish for it anymore.
Okay.
But these 1-for-1 trades are so advantageous for Albion right now in this current position. That taking that 1-for-1 trade is so much in their favor.
Yep, for sure. Not able to get the lead. That is going to
Yeah,
take
that'll
another
do it.
stock of gold shroom. Going to be going 1 and have to restock any player after this.
That will kill. Now has to
Rough spot for Valve.
Now has 2 people to 3 stop. That's gonna be quite rough.
Yes.
That is a very tall order. Now, fair, the Luigi player is out, and the Luigi player has historically been biggest issue, biggest hurdle. But there is still it's Gunner and
Min.
Both characters that are very good at getting at least 1. Lovely.
Yep.
What would I expect here? Let's see. There's the Gunner. There's the Min. I would expect. Yes.
That's what I'm expecting.
It seems like
we
they're
do
already
see
sitting.
the player coming in. But
Yeah, but I don't know.
I can't
Albion's-
remember this player.
Yeah, I don't know Albion's players by face.
Yeah,
They're
I was able to remember
Was
the
it the
Luigi.
women? Yeah, I'm
Yep,
so good
he
at this.
called it.
I'm so good at this, guys. Who allowed this to happen?
Unfortunately, the Min was who I was hoping to not see.
Yeah, well, ideally we'd see them both.
I mean, yeah, ideally.
I mean,
However,
yeah. It's going to be a tall order to ask. Like, he does have to 3-stock this Min and then 3-stock Gunner, which is going to be very difficult.
Now-
But either way, Spencer's never been one to never been one to go light on situations like this.
No.
He's going to go down swinging, as is the Roy way.
of course. I mean, you have a sword for a reason.
You have a sword that is literally on fire. Why would you not go down swinging?
Nope.
You literally have a fire sword. It's too cool to not go down swinging.
But going to have to lose two stocks here is going to put Valpo in a...
This is a very uphill battle. And sadly, you're fighting uphill against a character who's really good at ledge trapping.
Yep, and who Roy has to try and somehow get into close combat.
Yeah, you have to get into close combat against Min, followed by having to get in close combat with Miga.
You're not gonna be having fun.
Yeah, with a character like Roy, that's gonna be real
Because this
entertaining.
percentage is very meaningful right here, 45%.
Yeah, every hit you take. Every hit you take matters so much.
Ooh. Trying to figure out what to do. Obviously playing it safe because you know what you have to do. But you have to take some risks as well just because of the state.
Yeah, that's the difficulty of being in these situations. Like, you don't have the resources available to you to take risks But that's why you have to take risks, is because you don't have the resources available to you. You get into this really difficult situation of having to try to find spaces you can take risks where you won't get blown out for taking them, and those can be really difficult.
Yep, he didn't have a jump.
He lost his jump. Wasn't quite able to get crowned. But, hey, even still, we brought it to round 3. It was a close and hard-fought round, so that was a great showing from Albion and Valpo side, being able to play in person here. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, production, but we'll be cutting the stream and starting anyone for next one, or will we just go on break? Okay, so there won't be cutting stream here, but we will be going on a break as we transition back to the next round, the other colleges rounds coming in. So we will see you shortly for that. Hello, everyone, and welcome back from that break. So we are back with some Valpo Smash in person. Swapped up the colleges here
Of
now.
course.
So this last round we had Albion in person. Valpo just barely not being able to take the round 3, going and losing that round. But up against SXU now, starting
Yes.
fresh, new clean slate, starting up with the Sonic for Valpo versus SXU Incineroar, Town and City.
So Valpo actually has a fairly decent relationship. We've gone in person with Zane and Xavier quite a few amount of times, and we actually had a player who had to transfer, transferred to Zane and Xavier.
Yeah. So I'm sure that's a little bit of deja vu for him being
So,
back in here, but
a little deja vu, but I mean, if anything, might be better matchup experience.
true. A lot of these players were on the team with him.
Yep.
But playing against Incineroar in Town and City is always scary.
For
But
sure.
the Sonic is doing a pretty good job of not taking too much damage, I say, right as he gets down to upper.
Of course.
It is the commentator's curse, almost being able to take the kill.
But we are seeing quite a large
Back
up
up.
percent by that, but that is going to be...
Yeah, that almost killed at
Yep,
80.
that sure did. Good DI from Valpo right there. But even up on percents, pretty much each character in kill range. We'll just see if anyone's going to do the funny classic of lose a stock, die at 0.
It is funny to me, like as this game's meta progressed, Incineroar was considered to be pretty bad, and he just keeps going up and up on tier lists as people realize that he's actually not that bad.
Yeah.
No, missed the ledge.
Unfortunate right there.
Oh no.
Unfortunate loss of a stock right there for Valpo. Just gotta, at this point, main goal try to take 2, but at least get this 1 stock. That's the main goal.
Uh-oh, that is one angry Incineroar.
That is an angry cat, and you don't want to mess with an angry cat.
That side B would have killed, fun fact.
Oh gosh.
At 43, if he hit that side B, that Sonic was dead. No questions asked. It still might be.
And good DI. Might not be sweet, but I don't even know if
it-
Incineroar has sweet spot, to be honest.
It does. It's when
Okay.
he hits like that.
That's why. Okay.
There are 3 versions of that move. There's the arm, there's the headbutt basically, and then there's the failed version. So that is the strong hit. It's just with all that rage being right at the edge, it would not have surprised me if the Sonic died at 50 for that.
Valpo at least getting a stock here against the Incineroar, even with those unfortunate deaths. But going to be at a rough spot right here, going to be almost hitting kill percent. And that's gonna put him at kill percent right there.
Oh yeah.
And that
Oh,
might
yeah.
be it. So unfortunate right there. But going to at least have that first stock taken will hopefully be an advantage for Valpo to at least have somewhat of an even playing field. It's better than being like, it's better than having your first players first.
Yeah. I mean, 1 stock's better than no stocks, right?
Yes, of course.
So, and we had an unfortunate SD at
Of
a
course.
very low percent on what Incineroar's arguably best stage. It happens, you know.
Yep, it sure
It's an
does.
unfortunate start, but at least it's at the start and not the end, right?
Correct.
As much as it is still like 1 stock is still 1 stock, you have more of them now, which means each individual one is a little less impactful. So if it's gonna happen anywhere, it's best to happen here at the start.
Yeah.
At the start of round 1 as well, you have other rounds to turn it around. So,
Yeah, for sure. But at least gotta look for it. We'll be seeing. I don't remember if I saw this.
the bow jab.
Ah, I see. Okay. All right. I'm not.
Bowser Jr.
All right. I'm not entirely aware. I'm aware of like the main people that we see play a lot.
Yeah.
Spaces. I'm not really aware of like other new people who've come into the program.
Yeah,
Came into the program earlier this year.
the new team members are hard for me as well, just because I wasn't on them. But I've learned it enough because I played them enough times.
Yeah. And you didn't interact with, like, a fair amount of them besides, like, first semester.
Yeah, I interact with the Smash team quite often. I mean, I've told them a few times, like, if they ever need anything, they know where to find.
I mean, yeah.
I'm around, you know.
Yeah, you're around.
I'm around. I'm just on the Smash roster, Valor roster, play Overwatch, interact. I'm around. And cast.
Okay.
I'm around. Yeah, but...
We need to get you other hobbies outside of esports.
I did, and you regretted it.
Fair.
I have a bag over there full of magic cards.
That is a fair statement right there.
You did. I did get another hobby, and you regretted it immediately.
I randomly get random talks about random magic cards that I have no clue what they do, nor do I care.
Cardboard crack. Cardboard crack is yummy. That's all I want to say. But...
do we see what stage they're going to? We do tend to get on these random yap tangents.
I would never go.
This is just a flashback to freshman year when we decided to annoy the freshman year grad assistant with Xenoblade tangents. That's what it is.
Listen, Xenoblade is a franchise that deserves it. Anyway, yeah, we're going into Small Battlefield. I love this stage. It's such a good stage.
That is your favorite stage.
It is indeed my favorite legal stage. Don't tell them though, in case I flop. Don't tell them that.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. As long as we agree to keep it secret.
Unfortunately, Bowser Jr. taking a large amount of precision here against this.
Yeah, Incineroar does a lot of damage.
Yes, lots of damage being dealt here. Just kind of...
that Darkest Lair is quite a strong move. It has... Is it Tangent? I believe it's a Tangent. It might be Invincible.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. You're the one who has an entire app for it, so...
Yeah, I do.
But we will see a little bit of a...
it is Invincible. Okay.
A little bit of a comeback from Bowser Jr. with set. But unfortunately, there is going to be a kill on Bowser Jr. from the Incineroar. Valpo going down another stock.
Going down one more stock is rough, but it's not a wonderful here. Did get some nice damage racked up at least in revenge. Oh, that is so lucky that cannonball stopped being active right then, because that was fully charged. That would have been basically max revenge right away.
Yeah, very rough revenge percentage to be at. Now we just gotta look for this kill, try and take one at least, no matter what the outcome is.
Because revenge does in fact have... You can get a max. Specifically with the damage. There's a max on the damage of revenge.
Okay. I'm not entirely aware of all this stuff.
I believe it's 45 damage that it allows one hit to do.
But unfortunately, Valpo's going to lose yet another stock right there. Just gotta try and take down this one stock. That's the main thing that the players can ask for. Just due to like how the actual percentages are.
Yeah, especially when you have the Incineroar at this high percent. Like, at the very least, don't let him heal, right? Like,
yeah.
It's like, yeah, like, you can be down in deficit and such, but like, at least try to finish this one.
Yeah, try to finish the one stock, healing that, but there we go. Valpo's able to prevent that heal damage from going over.
And immediately gets a boot to the head.
Yup, that is the infamous classic in Smash Bros. Dying and then killing the other.
Happens a lot.
Yeah, fairly common, fairly.
Yeah. Sadly, this Incineroar still is not quite out of that gaming seat yet.
No, not yet.
Incineroar still has one stock remaining. Valpo having 2 players remaining. Is quite the deficit here, but you know it's certainly not impossible, right? Like we've come back from worse. And of course, even if we don't, we still have round 2. Right? Similar things happened with Albion. We made it to round 3, only just barely didn't quite squeak it by.
Yeah, it really depends on how this team. You have to read each other both inside and outside of actual
game, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's mind games going on in and out of the game, right? Like what order you throw people in, who you lead with, who you anchor with, that kind of stuff. Those are mind games that you can do, especially when you're in person.
Yeah.
You can do stuff like that, and that's what Albion did. They used that, and they made that mind game worked out. So we're gonna see if Valpo can use that same kind of thing.
Yep, but we will. I believe we know who this player is going to be playing. Never mind. Never mind. I am completely incorrect.
This is a known segment.
Okay.
I haven't seen them play it very much, but of course I'm not at most.
No,
So,
that is true.
it is a known secondary. I didn't know that they played this.
I
So
haven't seen
it's not out of nowhere.
I don't believe I've seen it on.
We might have seen it once or twice, but it's pretty
Once or
uncommon. They more commonly go Kirby.
Just sorry not to. I feel like I'm pretty sure we had to announce it, but.
I mean, we do have to announce it, and also they're in person, so we're not really spoiling anything by saying the characters. That's normally why we try to refrain from saying the characters, just in case, like, the other team, like, most of the time we have to announce it anyway. Like,
Yep.
Just in case we'd like to.
So-
When they're in person, we really don't.
I haven't seen this character a lot during my time in the cast, but we're going to be seeing some Pokemon trainers. Pokemon trainers.
Well, you see, currently right now we have a type advantage.
I mean, yes, we do technically have a type advantage if you know.
And
Pokemon.
now we don't.
That.
No, go back to Squirtle. You have the type advantage.
You know what? That's the one thing about Smash Bros. That I like is that there is no type advantage.
Yeah. Oh
I
my
think
gosh,
that would be
imagine-
broken.
I believe in earlier iterations of Smash, there were type moves. Like different characters had like different weaknesses to different types. And if I remember right, Ivysaur was the only character that could do grass moves, so it just made him really bad. Nice. I mean, yeah, that's like when you're walking around on like, I don't know, like the first route or something, and you have 3 Pokemon, they have 1. You generally expect to win that, so.
I mean, fair, I guess. Says the person who doesn't play Pokemon. Oh, okay.
And, he had 3 stocks of 3 different Pokemon. He had more than a full team. He was playing a raw max. Like he had a more than max team. He had 9 Pokemon.
No, that's not how that works. You're not getting away with that one. No.
Listen, if you squint hard enough that your eyes are closed, it looks the same.
No! No! Even if they're in your box, that's not how that works. No!
Well, he had 3 stocks, and each stock he can cycle between 3 Pokemon. But like when one stock dies, I mean, it must not be the same Pokemon, right? So
He's just trying to make me annoyed. That's all he's trying. I'm calling that right now. He's just trying to make me annoyed.
I would never be trying to farm for content. I would never.
Don't know. So one of the things that, unfortunately, due to I believe traffic or something like that, the same Xavier had to deal with, we don't actually know what characters they play besides the one player who has interacted with Valpo before.
I mean, I'm sure they were warming up, so hopefully Valpo's players have at least had a
Hopefully.
chance. At least had a chance to see it. But us in the booth, we haven't really had a chance. So
Yeah.
hopefully the players know more than we do. But as for us in the booth, we don't have much information to convey. So.
Should have probably asked, honestly.
Nah, it's more fun this way.
Okay, fair enough.
It's more fun.
I mean, we can guess alongside everyone.
Yeah, we can guess alongside, and we still get to know earlier because we get the characters told to us.
Yep.
Wait,
I just got a memory thing. I just saw a person who was on the team.
Yeah, that's what I was
my
about to
freshman
reference.
year that just got deleted because they don't show up because they graduated.
We've got enough names on the Switch now that they were the ones on the. I feel so old.
Me too.
Oh my! I'm messaging him after this. Oh man. Oh, that hurt my soul.
That felt old.
Ooh, man.
Uh,
I'm gonna need to like.
I don't know if this is our last Smash Bros. To be honest.
I
It
don't know.
could be.
It very well could be. I don't know.
Yeah.
But either way, we've got another game to cast after this.
Okay, well this is very ironic, honestly, as the person that was player was deleted
That's
played
true.
Captain Falcon.
Actually, if I remember right, Chris, the person who we're referencing, actually have played against SXU's Falcon a few times. Sort of thing.
I believe so,
If I remember
actually.
right, it was this Falcon.
Yeah, I believe so. I think you actually are correct about that one.
I'm gonna have to message Chris after this. I feel so old.
we feel old right now, having gone back 4 years.
Yeah.
However, for Valpo's sake, doing very well with the Ivysaur. Managing to do fairly well, take a fair amount of percent, but keep in mind, say Xavier does have an entire other player beyond this, so Valpo's gotta try and do this with as few stocks lost. So, both able to recover right there, but Charizard's going to be at a very high percent against the with less stocks to who can play a lot more, even if it doesn't look like it.
Yeah. But actually not quite able to find the stock here. Oh.
But that will.
That will. And now, unironically...
And that's gonna be Smash Bros. Classic.
I was gonna say, unironically, I wouldn't hate swapping off Charizard. Low key at kill percents, being on person sometimes is better.
It really depends on the situation.
Yeah, it does. It depends.
Still going to have this percent advantage right here.
Ooh, big damage. Big damage.
That is something Ivysaur can actually do fairly well at.
Oh, yeah.
Most of the time when I think about it, I normally see the swap to Charizard to just.
Yeah, a lot of the times Charizard is considered to not as your other options. He's genuinely not a bad character still, like even still he's not bad. But generally stuff like Ivysaur and Ivysaur's range and such.
That is going to be a kill. Unfortunately, going to be at kill percent for this. Probably staying Charizard for as long as possible before he dies, as Squirtle will die a lot.
I would still argue that you could swap Squirtle here.
I mean, it's still possible, especially with the smaller hitbox.
Yeah, I think you could swap Squirtle or swap Ivy to be perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's just dependent.
I'd almost argue that it would be better, but to get to Ivy, you'd have to cycle through Squirtle. It could be risky.
It's just dependent.
Oh, that'll kill.
Yep, a little bit of extra credit, but it's just an unfortunate situation, like I said, with the other player behind, with that other player that Saint Xavier has, that Valpo doesn't have.
Yeah.
So, it's just a rough spot to be in, otherwise it's a fairly even game. Valpo really needs to be the one who gets the last stop.
Yeah, indeed. Ooh, I would have liked to see low-key after that stomp, after he hit that jab one. Low-key should have up-tilted.
Fair enough. But we will see Captain Falcon at kill here. Now we just gotta look for the kill, specifically.
Throw. Yeah, not gonna get the good card there.
Going to get a little more chip damage, but that's a Falcon kick. Going to bring both to kill percent. Another question is...
Oh, living? How are you not dead?
Somehow. But we'll take that, that.
You gotta watch for Randy up smashes now.
Yep. They kind of can get away with it.
Oh yeah, Captain Falcon's up smash is so easy to just randomly pull out.
Unfortunately, Charizard at such a high percentage right now. Just gotta look.
Low-key Flare Blitz. Aww. I think it would have hit too.
Unfortunate.
He was fishing for up smash, he wasn't shielding very much. I would have just let it rip.
Yeah, fair enough.
If you die, you die.
Fair enough. Worth the risk in that situation. Valpo's
Yeah.
got one player left. Saint Xavier's got two after this captain.
Indeed, indeed. One extra player on the side of SXU, assuming this Falcon gets taken out. So that's going to be a big hurdle to climb. But again, we had a rough start to the round. Still, this is round 1. So it's far from over, which is important.
Okay. I'm not surprised. This person actually has experience against the Captain Falcon. This person does have experience against them.
Yeah, I think against this Captain Falcon in specific as well.
Yes.
I think
I mean, probably, seeing as they are a senior, so they have
super senior.
Super senior, actually, apparently. They are a senior, so they've been around since, or at least they're a senior in esports.
Yes. Indeed.
So, they've played the game with the previous Captain Falcon that Valpo had, as well as most likely played against St. Xavier's.
But gonna see how it fares out of stock this
So just gotta see how it ends up going. But we will be seeing the Roy here, specifically Gold Shroom. So.
Indeed.
But Falcon does have to.
Yep. Oh, he didn't fall with a Falcon punch the second.
Any commentary about this matchup? Not
Show
really.
him your moves.
Okay, fair enough.
Basically, what's going to be happening is there's going to be a lot of fire.
Okay, well that's an assumed thing.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of fire. There's going to be a lot of swinging back and forth. Both of these characters are fast. They both want to be in your face. There's going to be a lot of aggression.
Yep,
It's just going to be who is able to manage their aggression, who's able to press their advantage further, and who's able to keep from getting put in disadvantage.
Ultrum having taken quite a bit of damage right here already. The hope is that you just get the stock before he takes your stock, because you need it. You need all 3 of those stocks to go up against him.
Yeah, going for the downward angled version of side B, looking for the damage.
Yep,
Oof.
is still gonna get the damage, but still alive, which is the thing that matters. Well,
nice early up B. Captain Falcon up smash, you generally kind of just have to, if you end up shielding it, you kind of just have to hold that and just accept that you just aren't punishing it.
Just a rough spot here. Looking for it. Going to be both people at kill percent, but it depends on what's seen, and that was going to take the kill.
Yep. Able to take the stock there. Not all that often you see Captain Falcon back throw killing.
Yeah, for sure. Just gotta look for this kill right here. Going to be the best case scenario.
Has him on the ledge, which is good. No jump. Ooh, tried to bait the early recovery, was successful, but not quite successful getting the punish.
Captain Falcon playing this very safe right here, and very smart idea, knowing that you have 2 players behind you, being able to play that safer game that we saw earlier.
Uh-oh. You now have Max Rage Falcon.
Yup. That's not a fun
Die!
thing. But that is a Smash Bros. Classic of losing the stock and then taking the stock at 0.
It sure is, and it's especially rough in these crew battle formats, because like when you're in a regular 1v1 set format, it doesn't matter how many stocks you have. So doing that doesn't work in those kind of bracket formats. But in a format like a crew battle, that is actually so important for stuff like that to happen. That just the fact that it happens with this much frequency, not even just through Valpo, but just across the board, it just happens. It's just, not doing that is such a skill, because it's so difficult to not have that happen all the time.
However, we are going to be seeing a returning face. But for St. Xavier, we are
Traitor.
I mean, stuff happens.
Oh yeah, no, we are not upset at him in the slightest. We still talk to him quite often, actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's in our Discord still, and we still talk to him quite often. He's still a pretty confident face.
You gonna see somebody else needed? Nope.
Nope.
Just
His
just
name's
looking
still
for
here.
it. Just
His
looking
name's
for
still
his
here.
name. Just gotta change a few things, maybe, but still here. So, just going to have to be seeing this, but we are going to be seeing a, most likely I'm assuming Greninja, but I
would
know,
assume so.
I
He's
know
working
they
on
did mention a potential secondary, so.
Looks like the hip happy frog.
Looks like production's telling us.
Rogue.
I don't believe Goldshroom ever got any chance to play them.
If he did, it wasn't for Super.
Yeah. As Goldshroom was in Germany last year, which was the year that the frog was here.
I always love how the announcer says it. Like every other character, he basically like tells Roy kind of thing. But for Ninja, he says it in such a whisper.
Yeah.
Like he's actually trying to be sneaky. I always liked how he said that.
So this is gonna be a rough spot for Goldshroom right here, going into it, especially taking this early damage. What's your opinion on this one?
It's a weird one. It's one you don't see very often.
I mean,
My guess would be that Roy has a slight advantage.
but having that
it's-
stress.
Yeah, but it's probably not by a massive amount. Because Greninja definitely has some stuff. Roy often is approaching in the air, so what I would be concerned about is drift back forward airs or dash out and dash attack.
However, that is going to be one stock down. You got two more you can potentially take, but you are at kill percentage.
Yeah, you are now. Greninja's now looking for kill. You already saw him look for the down tilt up smash. Oh, why'd you air down?
Oh, unfortunate right there. But that is going to be the first round for Malpa versus Saint Xavier. Done.
So that the first round, getting the first round ended by a familiar face
Is a little sad.
yeah, stings a little bit.
But we will be going for a little bit of a break here just because most teams are probably going to have like a little chat, discuss what their options are, what their ideas are. So we'll be going to break, but we'll catch you back shortly.
everyone, and welcome back from that short break. We just need to get a little refresh back here, and as the teams were making the decisions for the round 2 of SXU versus Valpo, but as time. But character selections have in fact been made,
Yes.
and I believe it's just stage picks going on right now
Yeah,
before
that's what it
we
looks
get
like.
into this round 2.
So we are going to be seeing the Robin from Saving Xavier versus a Valpo's Cloud.
Indeed, yes. The Valpo's Cloud is a player we don't see with the utmost frequency, but he's not new. Like,
Yeah.
we've seen him a few times this semester. One of the newer players, but not new to the stream if you've been watching your streams. So should be at least a semi-familiar face here.
So, just have to also wait for players to make like their setup too.
yeah.
So.
Yeah,
That's
of
it.
course. I mean, but with them being in person and such, you gotta make sure that like you have to go through those extra steps and stuff. It is the start of round 2, so no SDing, no nothing, just right into the game.
How is this matchup? Because this is another one you don't see often. Robin is not very common.
Cloud probably wins. Cloud's really good. Can close the gap pretty well. Generally doesn't need to close the gap massively. Robin generally considered not the strongest, but that Levin sword back air certainly is
Yeah,
quite strong.
Levin Sword is a very strong pull right there.
Quite.
So, going to be just unfortunately a lot of damage. Might not be familiar with Robin just because of how uncommon it is.
It probably is not super familiar with Robin. We don't have a Robin player on campus right now. We did at least have someone who was playing Robin and could do stuff, but since they've graduated, we probably don't have much practice and interaction with Robin.
For sure. So it's just a character you don't see very often. Right now, the main goal right here for Cloud is just to try and get LM stock to just keep the deficit as possible to happen since he is on his last stock. Unfortunately, going to miss the buster. That.
Yeah, Levin Sword. Once again, Town and City. I think we just need to stop going Town and City. Like, hear me out. I think just saying. I just think saying Xavier's entire roster really likes Town and City. I think we should stop going.
I mean, that could be just a fair play, too.
I think we should probably just stop going Town and City. It hasn't been going well. I mean, Incineroar, Town and City is arguably his best stage.
I mean, that
Robin
was
also really likes Town and City, so just Greninja can take it or leave it.
They know the people going in when they pick maps, right?
Not
Don't know
the
entirely.
first round, yes.
Okay.
The first rounds, you don't know who the other person is picking when you pick characters, but then once you know the characters, then you go in and do the map bans.
Okay.
But the map bans are the starting stages 1 ban, 2 ban pick, as opposed to just ban 3 pick from remainder.
Okay.
So
yeah, for sure.
there's a little bit stuff like that. I personally would have probably banned Town and City, but it depends on the rule set or right what the starter stages are, and it might simply
It
just
has
be that the
changed.
other the other starter stages Robin like Robin too much. I don't remember if FD is in the starter or not for this rule set. The rule set changed.
But, this is an interesting match. We do have. I feel like Robin is fairly.
But like the sortie, Robin isn't really a sortie. They're more so.
Okay. Then once again, me with my incorrect takes. I can explain to your
They're-
grandma, but not anyone
mean,
who plays
they're-
the game.
They're like a sortie zoner hybrid. They don't fully fit into either one, but they're more so as a.
But going to see a fair amount of damage on each side, keeping it relatively even, but Gold Troop is going to have more damage. Not going to be able to, going to have a lot of damage ranked up on both sides, but specifically for Gold Troop, this is a bit rough, as you can't really force it.
Yeah, indeed. Like, losing stocks are rough, and sadly, Levin Sword is really good at making stocks.
Yes. Levin Sword is very useful, so try and get them to use it. They are very close on losing Elwyn too, by the way. So that basically will remove their recovery if
Yeah, that's kind of my biggest take with Robin, or like my biggest dislike with Robin as a character, is that they emphasize the resource meters. Like, oh, you have to manage your resource and everything. You really don't. Like, you really just don't even really pay attention to those things. Even with stuff like Elwyn, you don't have to watch it super often. Sometimes you do, but most of the time it doesn't matter.
Just gonna take a look, but gets that stock. Unfortunately, going even though. Once again, Smash Bros. Curse. 0, loses stock, killed at 0.
Indeed. But, I mean, again, we mentioned it earlier with the Albion games, but these one-for-one trades on stocks aren't in your favor when you're already stocked. Which, I mean, like, it makes logical sense, right? Like, but these one-to-one trades, we don't want to be.
You don't want to be taking them, but
Like,
I mean, it's better than nothing.
Oh yeah, like one stock is better than no stock, but you'd much rather not take it. But gluing down one more stock.
That was in a rough spot right here. Gotta try and get this stock quick. Hopefully get another one of those take the stocks right after. But going to see there's gonna be a lot of back like getting into advantage stage. Robin off stage.
Ooh, nice tech. Nice tech. The Smashville platform is actually too tall for Roy up tilt to be able to efficiently have the up arrow.
That will be taking the kill right there. Now it's just the goal of not dying or getting.
Sadly, Levin up air does indeed combo into Levin up air. That does indeed combo into Levin up air. So you will be taking 60.
Yep.
Not a great trade on the Levin up smash.
Yep, those like juggle combos are so annoying.
Yeah, most of the time they are true as well. Because if you hit like the falling up air, you're hitting them upwards as you're moving downwards, so you become grounded, so you can jump up after them, and then you can hit them again while you're still rising, so you're rising again to chase them even more, and then you can use your double jump. So a lot of times, a lot of characters have those falling up air into up air combos.
Yeah.
Just the ones that are the most notable are the characters that have the easiest up airs to land while falling.
I remember how annoying it was, like, just dealing with, like, I think Rosalina's up air did get nerfed at some point between Wii U and Ultimate, or sometime during Ultimate's lifespan.
Maybe.
Rosalina was well known for I believe
The real characters know who
Well, Mario did it, but I know, at least during the Wii U days, that's what I remember.
Yeah. We will be seeing the Sonic coming in for Valpo
Yep.
here.
So, Robin's going to have to lose 2 stocks here, so. But, we still do have these stocks, just gotta look for this. Hopefully an early kill.
See, this is such interesting tone of music shift for a battle. I mean, it's a good song. Like I'm listening to it, and it's good. It's just that sometimes the tones of this music you can have just don't match battles.
No.
I think it's really fun.
No, it really doesn't. But I mean, I know this song because I started during the Fire Emblem phase time, so.
Fair enough. See, yeah, I have my Xenoblade rants. You have your Fire Emblem rants.
I try to avoid going on them.
Lame.
But unfortunately, just dealt a large amount of damage right here going into it. Robin having only 50%. Gotta look for it, but not just running into it isn't really working as well anymore from what I'm seeing.
Yeah, the tech situation, yeah, rolling out.
It's mostly just trying to figure out when you're I think works.
Yeah, picking and choosing your spots is really important on Sonic. And, I mean, again, I don't think we have much experience against Robin, so knowing where to look for those spots is difficult. Like, these zoner characters, when you don't have experience with them, finding the gaps in their timings can be really difficult.
Yeah. So, this is, just a look spot, but Elwyn's just able to recover just in time. You can sometimes get it so that they use up Elwyn, if they're edge guarded a lot. That's a lot of damage for to get taken. Going to be a kill percent right here, just gonna be trying to...
Oh, Sonic's got a book? Sonic's literate?
I believe that was Elwyn.
Yes.
Okay.
It was on, but like, look at how
she gets
fast
it back.
Yeah, like it recharges so fast that the meter is basically irrelevant.
I mean, yeah, but I believe it's a little bit slower when they don't have the book.
Yeah, there's some mechanics like that. The mechanics are like oddly really complicated, but it all kind of just sums up into most of the time you don't super have to pay attention to it.
Unfortunately, going to be just losing another stock for Valpa right here at kill percent. Just a rough spot, not having any Robin experience, I think.
Yeah, not knowing where to find your openings in a matchup like this. Right, you know what?
Well, that would do it.
That's an opening. Just roll in and forward smash them.
Yep, sure.
That does count as finding an opening. So finally able to take out the stocks from the Robin here, but at quite a large deficit is Valpo here.
Large deficit for Valpo here, but not impossible. You still got another player after. We do know what other players that they have, I believe, unless they decide to throw sub.
Yeah, I mean, so far we still have the Greninja player, and they should still have the Incineroar.
Yes, Incineroar, Greninja.
Did they lead? They led Captain Falcon, right?
Yeah, Captain Falcon.
So they played the Falcon, they played the Robin. So the ones that we know of are the Incineroar.
Oh no, they haven't played the Captain Falcon. Okay, never mind. They have, they're putting in their sub or a secondary. One of the two.
I mean, a lot of teams will generally have.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to do that. We used to have like 6 people that we would just throw in.
I mean, it mostly just depends when schools are going from another school.
Yeah.
Like going to another school, they might not be able to bring the sub.
It's
Depends
also helpful that even if they aren't a sub, if you just have a wider roster, you have more matchups you can do.
Yeah.
So if a matchup isn't as favorable, you have more characters you can throw in. So stuff like that is still advantageous, even if they aren't even technically a sub. Even if you can be on the main roster and just not see as much play if your character has more matchups. So stuff like that.
But we did see this character earlier from Albion, actually.
We did. So you know what this means? Valpo is the only team here that doesn't have a Minden player.
Yep.
Alex, we need you back.
Oh gosh.
Bring Alex back. Get them. We can have Min free for alls. That sounds lovely to watch.
I'll stick to something else.
You could cast it.
No. But going into this, okay, fix Kalos.
Okay. I'll allow it. I mean, this is a matchup that, if I said what I said last time, I would say that you don't see this very often. But now this is the 3rd time we're seeing it this day, so you know how uncommon can it really be?
Yeah, that is a good question.
But I think this stage is acceptable. It's good for both of them. It's one of those times where it's like the stage is good for both characters. It's just a question of which character is it better for.
For sure.
And it can even come down to just who as a player uses it. Or just whose play style is it. It gets to the point where it's that.
Yeah. Fortunately, racking up a fair amount of percent against and not racking up too much on their own, but like I said, that large deficit, having one player behind is a very stressful.
Indeed, yeah. Having an entire extra player have to quite devastating.
Yep. So, just gotta be looking for the kill here. Gotta take what you can get. Take it off from there.
I wonder if this Minmin was watching last round's Minmin, trying to see opportunities.
I don't entirely know, just because the Puha, when say Xavier arrived, as they probably arrived sometime during we were casting, so.
Yeah. But is going to be taking one stock off the Minmin and has not lost his one yet.
Not yet.
That almost did. And the spin dash actually chewing through the dragon head on.
So just gotta look for this final round. Or let's see if they can find it. Minmin's gonna be something for it, though.
Yeah, that'll do it.
it.
That will do it. A sweet spot up smash.
Yep.
On 140.
Yeah.
That'll take a stock.
That will probably take it.
Yeah. Well, but did at least get one stock off the Minmin,
That
so
is true.
it's better than
One less to choose.
better than it could have been, but still having a base one stock short of 3 players to chew through is gonna be quite rough.
Yeah.
So whoever we do decide to throw in here is gonna be difficult.
Kind of waiting.
Yeah,
Who
it's a
decides?
character pick.
I think they picked it. That's a fair.
Yes, they did.
Waiting to see who they choose, since they have already decided that they can play multiple.
Yeah,
things.
we'll see. I think production here has been having a little bit of information drought. the flow of information is stopped.
It's slowed a bit, that's for sure.
The aqueduct has in fact dried.
We're smart. It's our side that's the issue. The other team's messaging.
Ay, ay, ay. On.
So, we'll have to see.
Minmin.
And, okay.
Alright.
We're going back to the main.
Yeah. Go back to the main pick. That's probably for the best when you're in this anchor situation. Even if it might not be the most ideal matchup, if it's the one you're strongest in.
Yeah, for sure. Though the Pokemon trainer did do a fair amount of.
Yeah, it did. For a character that I don't personally see him play all that often, especially in competition, it did do quite well, which is quite good. Like, that's a good showing. I'm sure that felt good to have your secondary do quite a bit of work. But
Yeah, for sure.
when it's in a situation like this, you go with what's comfortable.
Yeah. Going to see a fairly even percentage, but you don't want to see that when you're very down in the battle. So, going to be seeing,
Wow, went really deep on the Min. Actually, went really deep on both characters. The
Both?
Kirby barely recovered.
yeah, both barely able to recover, trying to gimp out the other. Especially since that works against Albion, and this one might be trying to go.
I mean, absolutely. Like, when there's a character that's vulnerable to it, like, you gotta look for it, right? You gotta try to exploit those weaknesses. But was able to find a stock on the Kirby already.
Unfortunate situation right here. Just being down that over. Still taking a bit of percentage, struggling to get in.
Yeah, I mean, the Kirby having such slow, like, airspeed and such makes getting in on the middle really challenging.
It is a smaller character, smaller hitbox and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it's very
But Min Min has such big hitboxes that generally she doesn't super care that Kirby's small. Her hitboxes are just big enough to cover it.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Up Bs like that can be really challenging. You need when you see the first hit get shielded, you kind of have to drift backwards to try to make it safe to try to knock it up smash, but you're probably getting pretty okay, especially with someone with effectively a
Yep. Unfortunately, going to get that stock out. Not going to be able to find any damage on it in the meantime, and just struggling to get in. I feel like, is there a difference in the matchup or something?
for Kirby and
Yes. It feels like Kirby is just really struggling to get in against Min, just because of the variety, how
yeah,
hitboxes
Min Min.
are.
The Kirby's low airspeed is really gonna be rough for him. He's gonna struggle. He can do it, and once he's in, he can do quite a bit of damage.
Yeah,
but
like we've seen.
But that's kind of just how Kirby works. But with a character that starts that threat bubble that Kirby has to try to weave around, for a character that starts that threat bubble so far away that there's just so much distance he has to cover, it can be really difficult for Kirby.
But that is unfortunately going to be the last stock for Valpo. Xavier taking that.
If Xavier's Min Min able to take it without actually even getting taken out of his seat. So we're going to be going into round 2 for San Xavier versus Albion.
No.
Or no, it was
No,
round
that,
2. Yeah.
that is round
I'm sorry,
2.
I had it backwards. My fault.
No
Yeah,
worries.
so that was indeed the round 2. Apologies. So San Xavier will walk away with the victory over Valparaiso. So I believe we're going to be going to a short break as we transition into the next round. And I believe we will be streaming Albion versus San Xavier next as the next combination between them. So we will see you guys here shortly for that match.
right, everyone, welcome to the third game of the day for Smash. It is actually SXU versus Albion now, so we got some new casters on board instead of the Valpo crew. We got the SXU crew. I am John Kozrov, also known as Monkey, my in-game name, and this is...
I'm Timothy Novak, also known as Timbo.
And we're here to cast some Smash, and let's see, we're going to go into our first set here, which is actually going to be Blocket from SXU versus Tanner from Albion.
It's like Blocket lost the rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah,
So-
we could see the rock, paper, scissors, Blocket lost, so that's probably going to might diminish his effects. And it is hard because he's going to be playing Robin against a Min, so you know that stage control is going to be big. Should be in a second. We just saw the game versus SXU versus Valpo. Blocket did very well in the second set. Started the second set, took I believe 7. But and we are going in now, and we should have this go.
Min and Robbie on.
Each other out right now.
So when you think of these two characters, you think of how slow this game could potentially be.
Yeah, it's Robin wants to stay as far away from Min as possible. At the same time, Min wants to stay as far away from you, so Robin should have a advantage if it's too far though, because those projectiles will.
Getting close is risky.
Robin also wins up close. I think the sword's just better than any move that Min has.
Every time you get hit by that sword, you know you lose the year off your life.
Chicken. Oh, good neutral B, and oh, the DI was not there.
The snipe.
He's out of the book for it now.
Only 63.
Not bad. He has sword. Sword used. Then into the heel.
We're down to 45 now.
Yeah, that's pretty much an even matchup
Even
on the
game.
second for Tanner here. Nice try for the get up, and then it's healed
And
again,
again.
and now he's above. Less percentage taken. He's playing around this ledge a little too much. Look there. I mean, he's just playing so well on this ledge. Okay, nice. Now it's a different ledge trap scenario, but the air dodge over. Guys, if you saw the last game, you saw that when SXU used their Min, he was playing very, very aggressive, very jumpy, but looks like Tanner, he likes to stay a little bit more grounded, play with his spacing more, which sometimes works, using the slide to get under the neutral B. Nice back air. Another snipe and
See,
another snipe too. Wow.
Getting hit by those moves, man, it definitely impacts your mental game.
Yeah, it is not fun to get sniped off the ledge like that. I mean, yeah, that's a good charge up.
The megawatt.
Tries to go for the B reverse off the side of the top platform. Down there. He's feeling it. Now he's playing with his spacing well. Up. Jab. Trap scenario. He's got to find a way off this ledge.
Pretty solid mix-up from him. We all got hit by that.
Yeah, we all. Well, actually, no. Lose Pikachu. Just go. Just doesn't. Driving high. Block might have noticed that he doesn't really like to because playing high is
That's a
actually
really big punish.
be careful with this. That will kill. Ooh, gets up into the side. Nice. Through. Back through again.
A little bit of tomfoolery.
Yeah, we're just kind of
Close
back
range.
to the beginning of the game where we're feeling each other out. Wait for the snipe. And he gets it again.
Is that 3 for 3?
3 snipes. 3 for 3
3
accuracy.
snipes?
That's a really good job. Blocket again doing very well. Not a bad little matchup here. I like that. I think Tanner definitely plays different than how Snipes was playing it. You know, Snipes was jumping around trying to chase, but it is Kirby, so it's. But once Blocket figured out that he could just go above Tanner the whole time, Tanner wasn't jumping, so it kind of messed it up a little bit. But still, Tanner put up a really good fight. We'll see who they send in next. Albion. Now, I
Maybe
think-
looking forward to Tanner, we have to mix up our recovery to make it way harder to get hit by
Yeah,
projectiles
that's
off
true.
stage.
I mean, yeah, but when you're Min up high, you don't have a lot of options. You just really have like you
Air
kind of
dodge,
gotta
right?
fall under air dodge, and then so it's actually pretty good if you get some off stage. Very, very well done by Blocker. same waiting game as you guys. See how Blockhead is waiting on the screen. By himself, just stuffed animals. Trying to think of what Albion had. Went out to eat our food.
Ideally from Albion, you'd want to see a quicker character.
Yeah, run him down maybe. But yeah, I don't really have much to talk about here because
we got limited experience. So,
yeah.
You know, we're enjoying the party just like y'all, so.
Just hanging out with you guys right now. Anyone in the chat? Get some messages going?
See us in the Overwatch game, so.
We're not getting a player from Albion yet. They are taking their time.
You want to fight the Robin?
Maybe can't. That's why I can't really. I keep thinking of all the Valpo players because we just watched them play.
Yeah.
Oh, they could send in like that's the one I didn't know. Luigi, I think would probably play weekends.
Really strong player.
Yeah, he was doing really well earlier. He's taking all the stocks off. Feels bad because I feel like a bad person for saying I can't remember what else they had, but those were like the only matches I saw was when they played. Oh, it is a Bowser, it looks like, from Albion. But what we know so far, we don't have the player name yet. We're just waiting on the name. We're waiting on the entry into the room, and the game started. It's kind of Smash Bros.
Think of like Bowser versus Robin, right?
It's like you're gonna get hit by a lot.
You're gonna get hit.
But knowledge.
You got armor.
Blockhead does not always enjoy to go against heavies.
You're gonna get hit.
But he has gotten a lot better with these things. He just mixes up the things to play. But Bowser's gonna get hit by a lot of things.
Blockhead definitely grew as a player. Definitely really faster than lessons.
Oh, and now it's okay.
Now it's a me gunner.
We lied.
No.
It's a me gunner. Me gunner has hit the field of Minky. Probably how you say it. N-I-N. Pronounce it how you. He'll tell you if it's wrong.
Pretty rare character. Honestly.
Me gunner is a really rare character, very niche. Also an interesting, very slow matchup kinda again.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of projectile spam. And just saw him get into the room, so once
See, another big thing to this matchup is you have to know what moves the me gunner actually has, right?
Yeah, so I think I do believe they have to, I don't know if they have to say it or not. They could just go into it blind.
I don't know. I mean, might have to say it. I don't know what.
Sometimes you do have to say it. But music tech.
Oh.
Music counter pick.
The music counter swap right there.
Throws you off your game. Has to get into controller, of course. Game is on there already, so we're going to push that up.
1, 2, 3.
All right, and we're going in now. We got 2 stock Robin versus a 3 stock me gunner. It's 11-9 in favor of SXU right now. Let's see what we're working with. Where's he? He has Rocket. What else he has? Better. Oh, he has Bomb Drop. Of course. Rocket Bomb Drop.
Oh, it's a really, really slow build.
Yeah. This is going to be it's kind of the spam out and wait for you to play bench. Like, yeah, you just drop bombs like Snake at this point. Rockets. Charge up. Okay. This situation, I feel like Block It is the one that wants to close the distance here.
Kind of have to.
Yeah, yeah, and then like that projectile spam. Still haven't seen the up. Ledge.
If any match is gonna go to time, it is this one. So
Hashtag Rockets again. Ooh, nice back here. He's doing really well spacing. For the grab reverse.
Arcfire on ledge is also really, really scary.
I think it also hurts. Recovery is not going to be great for me. It's going to be good, but it's also hard to shoot that ledge. He's playing
Robin.
really well around his projectiles. The jump well.
So that's confirmed. Gunner. Only 51% taken though, so pretty solid lead.
Good lead. If you're blocking, you want to get out of this with one stock, take it off.
Really hard to find an opening.
Gotta jump around, eventually wait for that stun. Rocket Boost, I forget what that one's called.
Being Gunner, you kind of need that speed, right? If you think about it, and Robin doesn't really have the tools for the job.
That's
unless
a great
you have,
move. Unless you have a side B. Into
unless you
up smash
have a
confirm.
move to hold him in place for a solid 2 seconds.
Healing up is really good here for this match. Oh my goodness, the Firm's Blocket did so well here. Trying to read with the smash attack, tries to roll away from the neutral B, but
Thunder does catch the roll away.
might be block the ledge. Ooh, sits on it again. I thought he jumped. Oh, he did, but he jumped higher this time. He remembers that from the first stock. Have the charge again. You had to watch it.
Oh, these characters just have so many options.
Oh, wanted the roll,
cover.
but he actually did neutral cover. Oh, wait.
You ever seen that?
Nair. The
Biggest
Nair,
knock
the Nair
ever.
can kill if it hits at, like, hits up. But that and off stage can't kill. For sure it can kill. Let's...
Block it, barely holding on though.
Yeah. Really holding on. Probably going to look for some heal here, maybe? Not that it'll do much at this high.
Most things
Yeah,
will
watch
kill
the
here.
jump. Most things will kill. Trying to find something. He has to watch out for the jump into neutral.
Oh, missed the heal. Really unfortunate.
Back here,
You
though.
know.
Start something up, maybe. Hit by Rocket.
Robin can just steal a stock. Just like that, so you can never drop your
We saw
card.
in the last game, get a little off-stage life steal.
I'm like on the edge of my seat right now. This is
This is actually a fun matchup to watch, and the up smash from Ninkyu will take out Blocket.
takes.
Pretty good match, you know. Blocket. It started off a little rough for Blocket, but he did good to bring it back. But Ninkyu doing very well. A little bit harder. You do see that the 1-3-3-2 is set for him as his character. Don't know what that is from Gunner at all.
It's just
but-
bombs. It's just bombs galore,
Bombs
right?
galore. But that's me Gunner as a character. That's here. What I don't really have a lot of choices in this. I'd say Captain Falcon for the speed. Don't think you could send Ensign to take the last stock. That wouldn't be bad.
Instant wouldn't be bad. Captain Falcon wouldn't be bad.
Min Min wouldn't be bad.
Min Min would probably just be another
Ninja.
similar story to what we had that last
Greninja
game.
also could be good too.
Greninja would be
think
solid.
I think you send Greninja or Captain. They're fastest. You want to play fast against them. No, don't give them time to slow. I think oh yeah, and that's Greninja. I could see that.
Oh, we got Vortex coming in.
Vortex will come in, and Greninja has taken over a spot on the plushy chair. See if we can.
We're gonna see a change of pace for the first time in this group.
Yeah,
battle.
we see that this is the fastest character we've seen so far. Everyone else was a
So-
little bit slow, but it's still good. It's still gonna be slower than most because can't play too fast against. I mean, get him in a speed trap. You have to be careful if he gets a little setup going. If you just run into it so quickly, but let's see what we go to here. Wise, we're gonna go PS2. PS2 is probably the best thing for Ninja.
Only one stock to take though.
Only one stock to take. Like to get out of this lead if you're Vortex. It could snowball a lot. That's a problem with Gunner. Gunner can snowball it, take a stock or even two, which would be pretty bad for. Very good for Albion. I mean, take the stock off himself so that. Oh, and the two. I forgot. Get going now. He immediately isn't letting him charge up that beam. That is going to be the hardest thing for him to deal with. Yeah, very good. Immediately on him. The second he gets him in hit stun, combo. Do not want him moving. Yeah. Vortex on him. He has to find some way to get space. One of those bomb drops is probably it. Ledge.
Hit this me gunner, you're like, Miss Greninja, please get off of me.
Yeah, you want the Mii Gunner to move. Or you want the Greninja to move. But he's not giving the space. Back air is gonna kill.
32% only take.
Yeah.
Really.
I mean, Greninja Vortex plays that insanely well. Ninkyu, very good showing. Just got suffocated with the speed there from the Greninja. Greninja going so quickly. It's gonna be very hard for him to set up. He can set up his charge. If he misses one rocket, he's pretty much in a combo. He's just got a bomb drop until it hits him. But still a really good showing.
As a player too, you also have to think about how comfortable you are in this venue, right? Vortic, obviously used to be part of Valpo.
Yeah,
So,
Vortic has some passive Valpo. He knows what it's like to play here. Feels a little like a second home, maybe. You know?
Yeah,
He remembers.
familiarity always helps. So.
Familiarity always helps. But practicing. Thank you. Good. We'll see what we go into next. What else they could have? I would expect that Psycho now, who's the trainer. That's all I can think of.
Pretty hard matchups though on Albion side of things.
Yeah.
So
It's definitely gonna be hard for them to get past like Greninja, like Robin. They know what's coming. Like they have Min too, but Min maybe the matchup more. But of course, there's always that Bayo that's always an issue. Captain Falcon is like it's they have such a range of speed. There's one end of the spectrum where they want to play slower and wait. There's the other end where they want to go, never let the other person see. So I think that's like it's really hard to strategize for that because you can send in someone that's like can play up to space with Greninja, but then the other person plays so slow, but it's hard to impose.
hey, that kind of strategy always has its benefits
yeah.
and its drawbacks, right? The strongs are going to be really strong, but the drawbacks are going to be really.
That's why it's so
severe.
important to like stay so close within these sets and stuff. The second that anything like that happens, have the setup and the character will be picked shortly. We will know in a second. Just give us 1 second here.
Is this the
Yes,
Bowser?
it looks like it is the Bowser. It is Titus, the Bowser player, which it's still a really tough matchup for him because Bowser is a big character. So hitting those combos once you get a high enough percentage with the Greninja, it's pretty. It's hard to miss.
Like Bowser is the tough matchup character. Sometimes. If you think about it.
But
So-
it depends on how the Bowser plays. Sometimes like Bowser can play fast, Bowser can play slow. He's a weird mix-up kind of. He's in the middle. He's a weird middle. With the super armor and all that stuff, he can definitely dictate how the
You definitely do have the time to figure out the matchup. 'Cause you will be living so long. Ideally, if you don't just lose your stock, but Bowser has the capability to stay on way longer than most players.
Going in 1 second here. Bowser versus Greninja. Versus Titus. Even stock set, so there's no throwing away of a stock here. This is a fresh set. No advantages here, really, other than what you have. Like, he can already hit down tilt and the up smash, which is just. And, like, this combo is going to be so hard. Maybe a down air, but if you do it and he calls it, you're in a bit of a situation. It's just. There it is. Smash attack. I mean, as we were talking about, he gets those combos on you. There's not much you can do, and he's waiting for you in what a read.
You see that, you just think, poor Bowser.
Yeah, Bowser.
Sometimes.
I thought that was forward smash. I was terrified for a second.
But if you do think about it, Greninja could be at death percentage right now. So,
Forward smash puts you at death percentage.
two sides of the coin here.
Trying to go under it, but he can't go under it, so that's a lot of good damage. I mean, Titus, how it started versus how it is right this second is pretty good, and of course, Vortic again with that back air off stage is doing so well.
Jerkin in air too.
He is just on his in form right now, in the form that you want to see.
Still got to be really
forward
careful.
air. He could fall off forward air, or he could just lock him in this neutral B. But
substitute does hit though. So.
He's very good with that substitute off. I don't know if he played it.
Up air chains are all.
Oh, and there goes the down B. You don't see the.
Did you get hit by that? I got hit by that.
I've been there before. It's just when you get high enough, like, yeah, you can do that. But that's the problem with doing those moves. If he calls it out, you can just like sit there and
jump read.
He's from Vortic going
award Greninja with stock.
He's sitting up in the air and stalling with his neutral B and wasting time because Bowser can't really follow him.
And just so much damage.
Yeah, he's just so good at comboing his character. Again, just riding those up. Dang, he's too low.
That's it.
Wow. Vortic with a very clean set. He did really well. Only lost one stock there, and that was it. Plus the percentage. I mean, put up a bad effort, but it was very, very fast matchup. You know, that was a quick pace one.
2 minutes and 4 seconds.
Now, I don't know if I would assume Cyclone, assuming that they only brought 4, but I have no idea how many players they brought. Of course, so I would assume it's Cyclone, Wii Fit Trainer, or Luigi. Which one would be more trouble for Caesars? But waiting for that to happen, I mean,
that was an explosive game.
That was an explosive game. Vortic went really fast. Vortic is they gotta find a way to slow him. I think both Luigi and Wii Fit Trainer. However, they have been kind of off right now. I don't know if they'll bring him in this first set here or not. On the crew again. Very today. Someone's controller is messing with the thing. Vortic sees the stuff moving around on screen, but I don't think he's touching the controller.
Solid gameplay though.
Yeah, I like the game so far. I believe that is Cyclone. He waved high. He waved high. Waved high to stream. They can't see him. I'll wave back. What they selected for him. And it's going to be Wii Fit Trainer.
The Wii Fit Trainer.
Yeah, this is what I want to see. This is what I want to see.
Probably the most hype matchup of the day.
Wii Fit Trainer is a very more niche character.
It's a character. It's a character.
I think the character's fun. However, there's no backstory to this character other than it's a Wii Fit Trainer.
Got that balance board at home? I don't know. Lost me.
Those were always too different. Loved it. I love Ren. No, he was picking the Wii Fit Trainer. And we are going in a air for the fist one. Fist one means we're going to start it up, and here we go. Potentially be the end of the first set. As Cyclone has 3 stocks to work with, he needs to take 8 by himself.
Uphill battle.
Obviously down 1. The match here, but immediately deep breathing. Have extra damage. Trying to get those combos, gonna be a little harder to hit. Cyclone, he likes to juggle off this side of the edge. He wants to play on ledge here with the ball here. Oh, Vortic doesn't need to play into him really. Yeah, he's just dashing around. You see the up airs. Drill. Dash attack again, and Vortic is just so clean with it today. What a chase out from Vortic. You have to be careful of the Greninja going out that far. He can. That recovery is so good that he can go wherever he wants, and it's just a Greninja's world right now. Frogs unite, I guess. Like we are so up, but Cyclone could do it. This is never an
all
game.
over.
Yeah, there's the ledge setup that he wants, but Vortic is not letting him set up. Vortic is just hype. He's so hype. Is so on fire right now. There needs to be something to slow him down. Cyclone, I like the change up in game plan. He's not playing off stage like he usually does anymore. He sees that it's not working against Vortic, so he's going into more of the middle. And now he wants middle control, which is working a lot better against Vortic.
Like, crazy amount of stocks to overcome here.
Yeah, it's 1 stock and you have to take out 8. It's a heavy hill, but it's one that's improbable. Now he's playing so safe. Doesn't want a combo from Vortic hit again. That's a guaranteed 40%. Dash attack working so well. Deep root thing. Oh, playing around with the ball a little bit. Back throw doesn't kill. All the way up in the air. The battle off stage. Oh, push! Oh, the push away.
Get really funky with Greninja's up here.
Yeah, he does. He does like to. And
forward
tilt. I'm pretty sure that is forward skills. Forward tilt is very good on.
A lot of things with Greninja 190. So.
Nice.
Sneeze will go Greninja.
Ooh, want him to get that combo cycle. It's just he has adjusted so well over the first 2 stocks, but is it potentially too late?
I think the important thing here is to not lose momentum going into the next, I guess, match of the series.
Honestly,
it is very improbable. More stocks.
Just dancing around, waiting for an open.
Don't let your mental get
off the stage again. Back air. Could go for another back air. You can't. Ooh, you tried to do the deep breathing. Vortic read it. But still, I like Cyclone in that set. It did very good.
You're sleeping off stage against Vortic. He will hit you.
Yeah, he will. I mean, Greninja is so quick to get out to that edge and just off. But that was a good set. 7 still left from SXU. They only had to use what? Vortic and block it there, so that's it. But now we're gonna go to a small break. We will be back with the next set of SXU vs Albion in a bit. right, we are back here ready for the second set of SXU versus Albion. SXU took the first one, 7 stocks left. And it looks like we're going to start here with Vortic keeping the hot streak going for SXU, it seems. And we're going to go with Vortic versus Tanner. Tanner was the one who started for Albion last time. Might be their dedicated starter, back on the min-min. You know, the best thing for him to do, he wants to jump and hit the Greninja, keep the Greninja away. But you also have to watch out for the neutral Vs. The neutral Vs can't hit. Watch out for...
What? Greninja side B? I don't... Shadow Sneak, maybe?
Yeah.
I think the counter is Substitute. The side B is Shadow Sneak. If I'm thinking
Whatever,
about it.
yeah, that, he has to watch out for that, because
I think Vortex did win the
off-stage, too.
rock, paper, scissors.
Off-stage battle 2 for me, and he has to be careful. He can't go high or else Vortex will chase. Because Min doesn't really have anything to attack you if you're underneath them, so if he goes too low, he's not going to other than maybe...
It's probably really hard for Albion to find an answer to this Greninja, just looking into their character pool.
So already, and immediately starts with the dash attack or up smash. There's that back air off stage already.
That's dangerous.
He's got an air dodge. It's back though. Of course, that is good. That's where you want to be to recover as Tanner here. Dash attack in, keeping him away, running away. This is why I like to see Tanner here. This is peak gameplay.
Like if Greninja does get this lead, how do you get it back? Think about it, right?
It's tough, you know. You gotta find a way to
Dash attacks into forward air will take first stock. One of those fake combos.
One way for him. Oh, another into the
jump was caught.
Oh, and he cuts
that
it in,
it?
and that's
it.
That's it.
That's it.
No way
That's
to get
it.
up.
You can't double jump off stage, man.
Yeah, you have to save your jump if you're trying here. Realize that guys versus trying to mega walk at a kill. That is the best now. I like the idea to jump off the ledge. Good, nice.
Look at Vortic. You want to hold on to this last stock. So. And there, up air chains. Here we go. Drag down does get tagged.
I think you want to drag down, especially.
If you miss the tech on the ledge, though, you will get forward smash, and you will probably die at 55. So, they're really good at it.
Tanner, you want to middle of the stage. Try not to go too far to the edge. Like that, get on there.
Neutral get up against forward smash is the option.
Nice.
150. A sneeze will kill Greninja right now.
One combo could be him. Waiting. Ooh.
But this rage will allow Greninja to take that
Does do a
stock.
lot of damage. Nice. Down air. There. Doing a very good job of dodging these arms. Oh, you see and he read it this time. Just too many times to use that down air. Vortic was waiting for it. It was a very good guess by him. That is a nice stock from Vortic here. If you're Albion, you've had issues. It's been very hard. I think it sucks that you have to send Cyclone, who's done your best against him. He's also done your best so far for the day. So at that point, it's gonna hurt if he loses too much, and then SSU takes out the damage that he did to Valpo. Still, hard. Vortic is so hot right now. He is on an absolute burner, and I just don't know if we can see Albion pick this back up. They have to have a nice character swap with Cyclone's coming in, and it is Cyclone. Cyclone is coming in. This time he is on the Luigi. This will be interesting. It's a little bit of a different matchup here because you hit by one grab, you die. See? And the Luigi is now next to the Greninja. They are very close in size, so it's very easy to see.
guess for Luigi, you kind of have to keep your hands warm because that character, it's all about combos, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah. However, it's just about getting in the combo, hitting that combo, getting the grab.
Getting that grab, right? Just
hitting that grab. Probably
And,
gonna do very good
getting a
job
small
of
DI read.
spacing with the neutrals. Neutral fire. Fire's gonna be hard.
You're just going like this with your hands, right? And then hopefully you take the stock. That's how Luigi works, right?
I think there's more to it than that. If everyone could do the Luigi confirms, then it'd be the only. Who would agree? It's by no means easy, and it's a very patient game you have to play.
Safe game. Probably we'll see a lot of water shurikens.
Yeah, a lot of water shurikens, a lot of fires thrown. Controller issues? It just was connected. There we go.
Alright, here we go.
Interesting alter. There's the immediate neutral bees grab. Water shuriken. Yeah.
Cyclone might be Albion's break in case of emergency right now.
Wow. It's very good engage, but again, another good engage. Like, it's just... This is probably going to be the most fun we have. I mean, that's a really nice...
Oh, so risky.
So creative on this edge. Oh, and then a good hitting neutral.
You gotta be really safe on shield here, too, because Luigi uppies out of shield, you will just get stuck. So.
You have to be very careful. You can't use those dash attacks like fast. Oh, and there's that dragon down beam.
Luigi Tornado is one of those moves. It's just one of those moves, you know? You have to just respect it. You can't challenge it. Even if you have a sword.
The back air, gonna try for the back airs off stage, but it's a little harder now because Luigi can go so low and then he goes straight into the down, goes into the tornado.
But the more tornadoes that are used, the more sour it will be. So,
it's gonna be so hard for him to get onto this ledge, the plunger doing so much. Actually hits him out of it, which is crazy. Now he's trying to catch. I mean, this offstage battle is actually phenomenal, and what a good catch forward air.
on the two frame? On the two frame?
A little bit. He is dead to literally anything. But if that hits, but you gotta be a little careful with that because that's it. Ooh,
Oh.
DI? Really?
DI.
Actually didn't get the first part of it. Oh, what a parry.
Even socks.
In stocks. Only 25% up on cycles. I mean, Luigi can kill you in 4 moves. So
As hot as Vortic is playing, you do have to respect Cyclone's ability to adapt as the game goes on.
yeah, he's very good at reading you as a player. What I've seen so far, and but Vortic is also just so good at spacing out his.
That jab is quick. 30%.
Oh, he wanted it. Didn't get it. Ooh. Thought he can get his confirm. Didn't get it.
I do want to see a misfire this game at some point.
Misfire would be great. In the combo. Oh, good air dodge. The read from Vortic actually insane to go for there.
Hey, you got the percentage lead. Might as well go for it. Sometimes you just have to let it rip. So,
Yeah, sometimes just Vortic's been good on his reads. Cyclone, and he take another stock off. I think that is the best bet for Albion. Hope that one of your other players just goes on a heater like Vortic has. Tried to read it again. Ooh, down smash.
back throw really strong.
Oh, misfire the wrong way.
Probably tried to B reverse fireball there.
That down. So quick. Expecting it.
Trying to read a roll up. Vortic did not give it to him.
Try to go again. Oh, and he gets it that time. Not going to kill, though. A little low.
Vortic was ready for that tornado. But,
Oh, yeah, and that was the...
Mistake.
Missed the tech. Didn't expect to draw off screen. I really can't. I have to commend how these players have. There's been a fun off-stage battle to watch.
If any character can bring this back, it is Luigi.
Yeah, Luigi, like, you never count Luigi out.
Oh, there's the grab. There's the grab.
Oh, we couldn't get the
Cyclone.
confirm.
Oh, flubbery on the sticks.
Oh. Seconds.
Still in this.
Still. Hey, I'm just waiting for something. It's been so. Oh, he just kind of walks forward at the forward air, but doesn't kill.
That's it, I think. Oh,
He has a jump still now. He's
yeah,
good.
well.
He saved his jump. Very good job of saving his jump. But chase with it. That back air would have killed.
if you don't hit with that tornado, it is really. You can still punish.
Yeah.
So. There's the misfire. That might be it. Is that it?
actually.
That's it.
He
The misfire
actually
cost him the
loses.
game.
The misfire costs him that. Like that, I think he has to like. I mean, even if he doesn't back out, he still has to jump, and then it's just a bad situation for Cyclone there. The misfire actually threw him off. The Vortic. Well, he still did lose 2 stocks, so now you just send in someone to clean up. You gotta let the hot hand die out. Can't let his streak continue. If this continues in the last person, it becomes 10-3. It's pretty inevitable, but hopefully Albion could make this to a great set by getting someone in, taking out Vortic, making us sweat going into the next set or for the rest of the game. You know, Vortic is pretty safe right now. You know.
Just think about the characters that he's gonna play. Favorable matchups.
Yeah, it's still.
So-
But if it's what we've seen, it's just Bowser and me Gunner. Yeah. Gotta just not fall into the combo. I mean, it's harder for the Gunner because he has to wait for the time to set up. I don't know if they have another player. I don't know if maybe they have another second. Maybe the Me Gunner has a different setup from Me Gunner. That's different.
Like, yeah, I'm actually gonna go 1-4-3-2 this time.
Changing up the one thing.
Got my trap card.
But Vortic just playing PS2 really someone walked in. That is the Bowser, I'm pretty sure.
Like
Bowser player in playing Bowser.
Vortic does only have 1 stock here. Bowser can just steal it. So, I wonder what we're gonna see.
Bowser, yeah, you know, if you get him high enough, you gotta just work up the percent, hit a side B on him, work up the percent, and again, you can do the same thing you did last time, the down B from above the stage. You know, if Vortic doesn't see it, doesn't react in time. And even if he does, like, he has to, if he holds shields, he loses the shield. Blue and yellow here. We decided not to delete the third user there, so we don't have a red player anymore. Blue and yellow, we are into the set. Vortic has to take 2 stocks off himself. It is 10-6. Albion eating some big plays out of the last 2 players here. On fire all day. Big meme. Yep, there's the in the combo. Does he get out of this immediately? Oh, the air dodge.
The American air dodge.
Oh, the
Jab reset.
Vortic is crazy madman. There it is, but he hits in the substitute. And then up there. Oh, but the
What
spike
is-
hit down there.
This is one of those cases of what is going on, right? You gotta hope
Yeah,
the ones that you
you-
hit are better than theirs.
It's like it's not even like every game is played exactly the same either. Like this one is like fighting in the middle. Last one was
Skybox, right?
yeah, it's just so off stage in the skybox.
1 down tilt should take the stock here. So
I mean, yeah, but also I mean a side B here could
anything
kill.
will take the stock. Pretty much on Greninja though. So
Oh, that good.
down throw. No air dodge read.
I like going to ledge there. Going to ledge, very safe. Jump up attack. Oh, and
Shadow Snakes.
sneak into him.
Really see that move take stocks. So
Yeah.
pretty strong but really predictable.
Ooh, nice. Not able to get him. That's the only problem with Nair in this matchup. Is Nair is not going to get a lot of bounce off Bowser.
Up tilt.
Up tilt is going to kill. Yeah. That is good. Titus taking out Vortic finally, who's been like a thorn in the side of Albion for the last. I don't know how
Yes.
many took.
The last.
Yeah, a lot.
Uh-huh.
Now it's the Bowser. Minor on the side of SXU, they can have Ginseng come in. Min Min will be good against Bowser, kind of, base.
Might see the Bayo.
Bayo against Bowser. Bowser
We
Bowser
were talking
can fall out a
snipes
lot.
a little bit.
Oh, and it is gonna be snipes here. Is he playing the Min Min or is
We
he
seeing the
playing
Min
the
Min or we
Bayo?
seeing the Bayo?
Snipes on. I feel like I just heard him say Bayo, but I can't. I'm not that good.
He
at
did
it.
say he was gonna play it, so let's see if
I
he's,
think it is. I
see, he
wanna
was
see
a man of his word, right?
the relation.
In the case of poor Bowser.
I'm gonna knock on the wall. Tom.
How hollow are these walls? Just. Hey, what do you guys think of that? What are we gonna see? We're gonna see a controller.
We're gonna see a controller not. There's been some connection issues. Oh, we are going into the we're going into the eShop. Let's see what we want to buy today. Oh, and his controller disconnected again. It is gonna be Bayo.
It is gonna be Bayo. Alright, this is gonna be a game.
Little Snipes Bayo action. Let's see if he can hit the combo.
The famous Snipes Bayo. Legendary even. Breathtaking gameplay. incoming.
Take-
Here we go.
There we go. This is a very difficult character to deal with. You just don't want to get hit up, and he's doing a very good job not allowing Snipes to hit him into a combo, but here it is.
Here we start.
There it is.
Starts the chain.
Ah, but he didn't get it. How much Bayo he's been playing.
It's judging the roll distance. Bowser.
Here's the thing with Bowser. Bowser is just really heavy, so it's like sometimes it's weird to do the combos against him. Other times, since he's so hard to miss, it works really well.
Bowser does fall really fast, so he can just slip out sometimes.
Careful.
Down there. Does
Reads
leave
the
Bowser
jump up.
really vulnerable.
The combo immediately. Not going for the regular combo. I don't think Notice can hit this each time. Hit it. Oh, that's, again, up doing a lot of work for Titus here.
Combo starts. Combo's done. Combo
Back up
starts.
and starting. This is death, I think. No, he's still
Wow.
alive. Hits him away though. It's gonna be hard to recover. Tried to keep him in, but he didn't go low. He actually went high. Great recovery from Titus. Ooh, that's a little hard to go for. Can't go for the down B immediately.
Bowser's just so chunky. Can live at 139.
Ooh, that would have killed.
Up tilt.
Sour spot on that. That's gonna kill. He air dodged too. But yeah, Snipes Bayo not losing his stock. It's rough to deal with, especially as a heavy character like that, because it's very hard for you to get out of the combo. The combo is gonna be like your biggest issue, right? Now they had the B gunner, which is actually good against the Bayo.
Yeah.
It's hard to set up a combo against me gunner as Bayo because it's just like you hit one of those projectiles combo. Right, so they just in and out. Me gunner's a little mid kind of weak character, so that's probably fine. That's what they decide to bring in.
You see me gunner at the top level either. That's like fun that is.
Yeah, I don't. There's not many me players because yeah, those characters aren't exactly what we would call fun.
Or like, oh, like who do you play? Oh, I play me.
Yeah.
No,
It's not
like,
fun,
it's-
and it's not like so good that like people are gonna play
like
it
you just
anyways.
lose orb by bringing it up, right? So
Yeah, I have my own need to play this.
yeah, I play with a me character, right? Like I don't think Sonic is cool enough.
Is
I don't
gonna
think
be
Joker's cool
Ninkyu
enough.
with the me gunner for Albion to close it out. He is their anchor. He's their last hope for this series, this set.
We did see good stuff from him in the earlier.
Yeah, he did pretty good
game,
against
so.
Block It. It's solid against Vortic, but Vortic just didn't let him have any spacing. But here, Obeo, she's not a character that wants to give you space, but she's still a little bit slower. We're gonna see the music counter pick again. Onto
This game is an absolute banger. So
yeah, everyone prepare your ears to hear greatness. But we're in Ninkyu versus Snipes. 3 stocks for Albion left, and 9 for SXU. SXU still has 2 players behind Snipes that Ninkyu would have to beat. It's a little bit rough, you know, because you don't know. There's SXU still has 3 options too. They can bring back out Block It. They can bring in the Captain Falcon. So
in order to get to those other characters, though, you do have the mountain to climb of Snipes on Bayo.
Rough, and here we go, and Bayo, the alternate switch up, actually counterpicking the alternate. Yeah. Look at the spacing. Try the rolls, the bomb drops. But you do have to be careful with the projectiles if you're Ninkyu, because which time's the right one. Will be a little bit of time where you can't do anything in a good catch with the up air. Smash, that's what ended Rocket in the first set. That's how.
No. Bayo's just one of those characters that you need to have a lot of time in the game to know how to fight, right?
Yeah, like it's you gotta know to just like honestly, you get put in that combo, you just start slamming your controller against the desk and hope that you get out of it, because like it's hard to get out of. You know, you just gotta kind of mash your controller.
Nimble movement.
Yeah, I mean,
all these projectiles.
Snipes is so patient against this meat gunner though, and that will kill off the top. Yeah.
Do you know what happened there? No.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Snipe picked up another. That's my. Do I know exactly how I did it?
Do I know what these moves do? No.
He's
But
just
they
playing
just get
so
hit, so.
patient against the projectiles. And he doesn't have to approach. He has to just wait out the projectiles. He's doing such a good job of spacing around them. Oh, Ninkyu sets up the up smash. Rocket grenade into. Oh, actually, really good mix-up.
Yeah, rocket and
Rocket grenade into charged up shot. Very well done.
See if
But
you
see,
gotta
that's the
mix up
witch
the
time.
eye.
That's
witch
the problem
time
with projectiles.
against projectiles.
Like, especially that rocket, it is so easy to witch time it when it goes slow like that. So it's just like, you gotta worry about it. Now there's 1 stock left for Albion. What's that? Your combo jail. Going for the down smash.
Heal of Doom and Despair. Send you into the blast zone.
Combo. Oh, he didn't get into it. He wishes times it again, but it's not gonna do as much now.
17 on the gunner. A lot of things will go here.
Ooh, nice try him to read, but very good to get his shield up and then.
The big kill moves will be punished if they are shielded.
Dash attack. Shots could kill. Very good.
Really linear recovery. Base it back though.
Ooh, great recovery. Oh, I don't think that move hits. Nice parry, but he went the other
Forward
way.
smash. Gets grabbed
Forward
from the
throw.
back.
Watch the guns here. Watch the witch time. Watch
There
the
is
back
not
air.
much
There
witch
is
time
so
left.
much you just have to watch it. Up smash, not gonna kill.
Not even with the rage doesn't kill.
DI. I mean, that dash attack will kill him. I mean,
Time's really sour right now.
yeah, that's what DI. That's just such a position. I mean, it is only around 100.
Gunner, you gotta.
Witch times
think
though,
about-
those. I mean, the good thing about witch time here is Oh.
90 on me, Gunner. Anything. A grab.
That's it.
Which
And
time into
Which
full
time is
smash.
gonna end it. Great set. Essex, you take it. Doing very well. But that is it for the... say that is it for all these Smash games today. Everyone hear the thing. We're going to go to a little bit of a lunch break, and then we were going to be back with the Overwatch games. I believe it is SXU versus Albion first. That would be us versus Albion again. So it's the
You'll
same
see
matchup,
us.
but in
So-
Overwatch. So take care.